America's famous fighting cowboy.
Drop that pony, little Beaver. There's trouble tonight on the Shogono trail.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Get along. Get him up. Get.
Come on, Thunder. Ride 'em, cowboy.
Whoa, partner. Don't touch that dial. Hang on to your chair and join Red Ryder, the West's foremost fighting man, in another thrilling adventure of the range. Red Ryder and Little Beaver bring you this grand entertainment for the whole family 3 times weekly. So tune in this same station every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the adventures of Red Ryder. Shogono Butte country, Red Ryder and the little Indian boy, Little Beaver, have met with adventure in the ghost town of Whispering Wolves. In an underground river tunnel, Red finds Jane Bruce and an old prospector named Pete, both of them virtual prisoners like himself. Just as the 4 were about to make their escape, they found themselves cut off by the band of cattle rustlers. Now, they await another barge load of cattle coming down the underground river.
Here they come. All set, old-timer?
All set. I'm sure aiming to plug one of them if I can.
Now, hold it, Pete. No shooting unless we have to.
Hey! Who's on?
All right, you hombres. Pull that barge over here. And don't make a move towards those holsters.
I saw him reach, Red. Now, you hombres, do what Red Ryder says. It's Red Ryder!
Yeah, that's better. Now, pull it near the shore. Jump off, all of you. One at a time and with your hands up.
You ain't gonna get away with this, Ryder.
I'll worry about that. Keep them covered, Pete.
I am, and I just hope somebody makes a move.
All right, Jane, Little Beaver. Come on down.
Here, Red. Both of us.
All right, get on. You get on too, Pete.
Yeah.
Jane, start shoving off. I'll keep them covered till you're set.
I'm warning you, Ryder. You'll be plumb sorry for this.
I'll take the consequences. All set?
Yeah, we're ready.
Set.
All right, keep them covered, Pete.
Yeah.
Here I come.
Get him, boy. Get Ryder. Never mind. I can't hold him off, Red.
Oh, bad luck. The barge is stuck.
These cattle's in the way.
We can't get it off. Jump in the river. Swim for it.
Yes, swim.
All right, boys. Run down the river. Get him while you swim. Get Ryder.
Sure glad you rode down to have a look this morning, Mr. Hanland.
Understand you've had some visitors around the vicinity, Beef.
Yeah, we did. Took care of them all. Where'd you hear it?
I've just come from the Painted Valley Ranch. Heard that red-headed nephew of the Dutchess's was one of them.
Yeah, he was. Dusty's got him tied up inside, upriver.
Keep him there, understand? How many barge loads of cattle did you get through tonight?
11. Better than 200 head. Only one barge load left to come through. Reckon the boys must have hung it on a rock or something, or it'd have been through long ago.
You reckon? I want to know, Beef.
Yes, sir. I'll find out why the barge didn't come through.
That's better. And speed up those men on the Brandon operations.
Yes, sir.
We got to clean up today and get these animals out of here fast. We're quitting this.
Quitting?
You heard me.
Well, gosh, Mr. Hanland, this is a surefire way of snaking cattle off the range the other side of the Shogono Buttes. There's still 10,000 head.
I'll give the orders, Beef. Something else the Dutchess told me. A girl was lost during the night on the Shogono Trail. Jane Bruce, the school teacher. Did you run into her?
Yeah, she got in our way, all right. She's inside with the rest.
Go in and fetch her.
Huh?
Act rough when you bring her down. I want her scared plenty. I'll come along and take her from you. Get it? And while you're in there, find out what happened to that last barge load. What's wrong with your men over there?
What the...
Looks like a body they're fishing out of the water.
Yeah. Holy catfish. Why, it's that girl.
I thought you said Dusty had him tied up inside.
She's alive. Look at her fight.
Well, the same thing goes. Take her by yourself up the hillside a piece. Get tough and lay it on thick. Scare her plenty. I'll be along, and don't be surprised at anything I do.
Well, I don't get it, boss. It'll be the best thing just to let her drown or
Will you
something.
do what I tell you? Rescuing this girl will give me the alibi I might need if something slips in this business. I'll get going.
Pete, where are you?
I don't think I can make it, Red.
Let's try the pull. I've got hold of your shirt.
Oh, this blasted shoulder.
I can feel bottom. You put your good arm around my neck. I'll get ashore and pull you up.
I'm sure obliged to you, Red. I thought it was a goner.
Yeah. Well, we're out of range anyway.
Where's Jane? And little Beaver?
They can swim all right. No doubt they swung ashore somewhere further down. Here, you lie right here on those rocks.
Yeah.
Let's hope those men don't get that barge loose for a while. I'll go look for little Beaver.
Hey, look.
Huh? Where?
Grab him.
Uh-oh.
Face down in the water, I see him. What's the matter with him?
I don't know. Little Beaver. Little Beaver, answer me.
Out colder than taters in a root cellar.
Must have hit his head on a rock.
Hair got winged when he died. Never heard of an Injun drowning. His heart beating?
Yes, fitfully.
What about that gal?
I saw Jane break away all right downstream. She can swim. Little Beaver's our worry now. I'm going to try artificial respiration.
Just hope them devils don't get that barge unstuck and come by in the middle of it.
Then stand guard. You couldn't help me anyway with that shoulder. Come on, little Beaver. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hurry, Red.
We'll just have to chance it. 1, 2.
There. 3. I hear a sigh like from his lips.
Good. 1, 2.
Come on, kid. Just take her in by big lungs full.
Little Beaver.
Ouch.
That's pushing your ribs that hurts, kid.
Little Beaver. Feel 'em dum-dum in head.
Hey, you can thank your lucky stars and Red Ryder you feel anything in the head, kid.
What happened, Red Ryder?
Not much, except you did a pretty good job of trying to get drowned.
Drown? Swimming like fishy.
Maybe you hit your head when you jumped on the barge and knocked yourself out a minute, and then swallowed some water.
Little Beaver. He always in heap trouble.
Yeah, now you're all right now. But we've got to find Jane.
Where, Jane?
I don't know, but I wish I did.
And what about that barge upstream, Red?
That's something else we've got to take care of. We can't have them on our necks while we're looking for Jane.
Hey, we going back up there?
No. Do you see that rock up above? Maybe we can roll it down and block part of the channel.
Great jumping catfish. You got some. We'll shipwreck them.
Help him, Red Ryder.
No, now you stay right here and take a rest. You'll have enough to do later. Come on, Pete.
Coming. Wonder what we can pry it loose with.
Well, there's an old prospector's trick of making a rock jump by firing under it.
Well, I hung on to that 6-gun when I jumped into the drink. Here you are.
Thanks. No wonder you couldn't swim, and one arm hurt. Now, let's see. Wonder if it'll work since it got wet.
Dunno. It was that guard's gun and looked pretty well oiled. Can't never tell till you fire it.
Then let's fire. Now stand back. If she rolls, she'll roll fast.
You did it, Red.
It'll take them a while longer to get off that rock, and they won't be expecting it either.
Now what?
Well, the same thing we tried before. We'll walk toward the tunnel's mouth. You still got the guard's clothes on.
Yeah.
And when we get there, we'll walk forward with our hands up, and you pointing that gun.
Well, what about the kid?
That's right. I'll have to carry him, I guess.
Little Beaver walk 'em all right.
Now, I told you to lie down and get some rest for a while.
Little Beaver walk 'em.
You best let Red carry you anyway, kid.
All right. Hey, Put your arm right around my neck.
Red Ryder make little Beaver feel like papoose.
Yes, and little Beaver make Red Ryder feel like spanking little Beaver right on the buckskins, too. Ready, Pete?
All set, Red.
All right, now keep in back of us. If you see anybody coming from behind, shoot.
Don't worry, I will.
You put me down, you filthy... Put me down!
Oh, so you want to be put down, you wildcat. Didn't appreciate the fact I saved you from the river, huh? All right, here you go. Down.
Brave, aren't you? When you're fighting women, I'd like to see you face somebody like Red Ryder.
When I meet up with Red Ryder again, he's going to the same happy hunting grounds you are. He'll tell you all about it when you get there.
How's that for a thrill? But excitement is just naturally Red Ryder's middle name. When he's riding the range, you know something's going to happen every minute. So for real entertainment, with a thrill a minute, listen to the adventures of Red Ryder every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at this same time. Tell your friends about this thrilling new radio program, too. They'll enjoy these exciting adventures of the range as much as you do. Remember, Red Ryder is on the air 3 times weekly. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night at 7:30. And now, back to the thrilling events that are taking place in the Shogono Butte country. Beef Jones, the hireling of Ace Hanland, has carried Jane Bruce away from the river and stands menacing her with a revolver he has just drawn. Jane has been cowering before him, but now she struggles to her feet.
What do you want? Why did you bring me up here among these rocks?
Get it out of your head, I saved you because you're pretty. You know too much to ever look pretty to me. So... Well, does this look pretty?
What are you trying to do, frighten me?
This shooting iron don't hurt a bit. Sure does seem a pity a girl young as you to be dying in her prime like.
Oh, why do so much talking? If you really mean to kill me, do it.
All right, you snake.
What the...
Drop that gun and reach. I got you covered.
Yes, sir.
That's better. And stay reaching. Well, what was this gum boil on the face of the earth about to do to you, miss?
Kill me. That's what he said.
Why?
Mr. Hanland?
Oh, you know me.
Yes, of course. I've seen you at Devil's Hole.
Well, you must be Miss Bruce. What happened?
Oh, the most terrible things. I met this man last night when I was looking for Red Ryder. He tied me up, took me underground to a dreadful place. They're running cattle through a tunnel down an underground river.
I see. Cattle rustler, huh? One of the men stealing cattle from my own ranch, the Bar J, no doubt. Yeah, I want to talk to him a minute. My horse is down there in the hollow. You go get on it. I'll join you in a moment and see you get home to the Painted Valley Ranch.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hanland. I'll be waiting for you.
You never did have much brains, did you, Beef?
Well, didn't I act right, boss? Oh, gosh, I laid it on as thick as I could.
Keep your hands up while you're talking.
Oh, yeah.
After I've left, get down into that tunnel. Find out why that barge hasn't come through. And get both Red Ryder and that old prospector, understand? Get 'em like dogs, both of 'em. No more of this tying 'em up until ready. And then you and the men clear out, fast.
Jeepers. Seems like we've been walking about 1,000 miles. Ought to be getting somewhere soon.
We are. Look up ahead.
Well, bust my pick handle. I didn't see it. A glimmer in the light.
Must be dawn above ground. And that's the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Hope catch him outdoors soon. Plenty sleepy.
Yes, it's been a big night. Think you can walk now?
Me walk all right.
All right, down you go, little Beaver. Now, tell me more about what's waiting for us at the tunnel's mouth.
Big valley, river flow out, corrals, one side of river.
Corrals? For the stolen cattle? There men around, close?
Lots of men. Some say men see in tunnel.
You say you did send the old prospector to the ranch after help.
Send him, old-timer. Tell him get Annie Dutchess come. Red Ryder in trouble.
Well, I hope it's not too much to hope he'll understand. And that we won't march into a mess of armed men, including that thief hombre. Well, all we can do now is keep on going. Now, the minute we see anybody, little Beaver, remember to keep your hands up like a prison. And you, Pete, keep that hat down and gun leveled, so you'll look like the guard.
Yeah.
And we can only hope that when we walk out of here, Beef's men will think that you are.
Never mind repeating, Red. I'm game. I don't want to die in no hole like a gopher.
And if anything starts outside, little Beaver, just fall flat. Don't try to help.
Do him. You fetch him.
Well, from the looks of things now, I'd say it's 6 of one, half a dozen of t'other. But it's up to you. Let's start.
And then he says to me, why, you sneaking coyote, you ought to be ashamed, planning to shoot a pretty girl like this one? Just like that, he says it, like in them Western stories. And then he says, clear out of here before I drill you where you stand, and don't come back. Then he started shooting up in the air as if to scare the daylights out of me. I run like a yearling to see the Diamondback. That Hanland sure can put it on.
What's he aim to do with the gal, Beef?
Oh, he's smart, Hanland is. Too many people around. People know there's something up. Hey, he got himself now in a position to rescuing the gal, see? All right, you boys. Now get back to work and get them cows out of here like Hanland said. Jim, you and Lou come with me into the tunnel to find out...
Hey, Beef. Look what's coming out in the tunnel.
If it ain't Red Ryder and that Injun kid what tags along with him.
Coming out with their hands up, too, and at the prod of a gun.
Why, it's Dusty bringing them out. I'd know them bat-wing pants and that black Stetsons anywhere. Hey, something happens inside there, all right. Come on, boys. Let's give that Red Ryder a real welcome.
Yeah, let's give it to
him. Welcome to Hidden Valley, Mr. Ryder. I swear if it ain't a real pleasure, ain't it, boy? If we'd have known you was coming, we'd have baked a cake and opened a keg of nails. Bring the folks over a little closer. We'd kind of like to shake Red Ryder's hand.
Hey, Beef, that ain't Dusty. Dusty ain't got no white stubble of beard.
I stay right where you are, everybody.
Well, I'll be blasted.
I got this 45 right on your middle, son.
That's that prospector. I'll bet Red Ryder talked you to try on a fool stunt like this. Walking into 20 men without the chance of a rabbit in a wolf den. By jings, I gotta hand it to all of you. You got nerve.
Just the same, Pete's got you fellas covered, and you haven't got us.
I'm warning you, Red. That old prospector will shoot only once. It's all he'll be able to shoot. I'm advising him to drop that iron and pronto.
Maybe Pete will shoot only once. But when he does, he'll get you, Beef. Now stand back. Just keep a path clear to those horses over there.
Well, I'll be darned. Yes, sir. That was sure neat. All right, boys, let him get to the corrals. I gotta admire him, man.
Here, boy!
Give me that gun, Pete.
Here you are.
Hey, you can't get away with this, Ryder. I'll blow you full of holes. Go!
Look out. Look out, Red. They'll get you.
No, they won't.
Come on. But, Red, what are you going to do?
All right, Beef. I'll just use you for a shield. Now, order those men to stop shooting.
You think I'm crazy, Ryder?
Either you tell them that, or you'll never give another order. I only winged you that time. The next shot will be at close range and more effective. I'll give you 3. 1.
All right.
Hold it, shooting, boys. Okay, yeah, that's the idea. And throw out your guns, every one of you. Yeah, that's better. Now you're showing some sense.
Red, listen. Some more of them coming. You can't stand here and hold them off the gut hill.
Now take it easy, Pete. And pick up those guns. We'll find a way, all right?
Yeah, but we're signing our own death warrant if
Hey, wait a minute, Pete.
What?
Look who's here.
Who?
The Dutchess. Well, if it isn't my favorite aunt, and am I glad to see.
Red Ryder, if you wasn't a grown man by the brass buttons of Billy Babcock, I'd get off this cayuse and give you the thrashing of your life.
Now, Dutchess, don't go getting all head up.
Head up? How'd you feel if you just almost seen your favorite nephew heading for the pearly gates? Shoo, We watched that crazy maneuver from up above the valley and saw every minute of it. Walking straight into that mess with only one gun. Are you crazy?
Did you come here because the old prospector told you?
Well, I was a-setting out after you anyways. I was that plumb nervous because Jane didn't show up all night. But when he come to the ranch and said what was happening, man, did I round up the boys. And from the looks of you all, you've been through a tornado, flood, and the prickly heat.
Oh, Pete, this is my aunt, the Dutchess, owner of the Painted Valley Ranch.
Howdy, ma'am.
Howdy, old-timer. Say, Red, where's Jane? Ain't she with you?
Well, she was for a while, but we lost her in the river up the tunnel there.
In the river? You mean drowned?
I don't know. We lost her when we had to swim for her to escape from some of these rustlers up that underground river.
Great handle.
Now, Dutchess, you see about having the boys take that bunch of rustlers they've got prisoners over to the marshal. I'm going back in that tunnel after Jane.
Them cattle in the corral, they're ours. Why, that's our brand.
Most of them are ours. They were brought down the river from the other side of the buttes on barges.
Now, wait a minute. I guess I can take care of things, and Ike and Frank can lead our men up that tunnel to look for Jane. You're all tuckered out.
But, Dutchess, I can't go back to the ranch without...
I sure was. You're frazzled out to an old buggy whip. Look at you. Eyes like a desert sunset before a rain. Why, you dropped for sleep right into that river looking for Jane. The boys can do it better than you can.
All right, Dutchess. Little Beaver and Pete and I'll go back to the ranch. We do need a square meal.
Say, this is Bar J Ranch land, ain't it?
It sure is, Dutchess. Belongs to Ace Hanland.
You don't say.
Do you get it?
Then he must be back of the rustling.
That's just what I aim to prove. Now, this Beef Jones was his rustling foreman. He changed brands in that corral, then mixed them up with his own animals till he was ready to ship them out.
Well, I'll be hog-tied. Now, look, you and Little Beaver take a couple of these cayuses and start for home. And tell that poker-faced Ching Hao that if he don't fiddle you up right and proper, he'll hear from me.
Say, where's Thunder?
Thunder's fit as a fiddle in his barn back home, where you ought to be.
But, Dutchess...
Now, no more questions. Just get. And you, too, you little brown-skinned whippersnapper.
Get up, Runaway, Dutchess.
All right, come on in, Little Beaver.
Me come.
Ching Hao.
Oh, very good. Oh, Missy Red Ryder. He come home like a Chinese swallow.
Say, Ching, we're stopped. What can you fix up fast?
Oh, you starve, eh? Hungry. Oh, no good, he starve. Oh, Ching Hao, he fix the #1 breakfast. Oh, can tell by your hand. Powder mark. Your gun. He go off sometime, yeah?
That's right, Ching.
Oh.
Lots of guns went off last night. Say, got any hot cakes left, Ching, and a couple of eggs and...
What's the matter? What for? You know, go on. Give you order, all the same, less to law.
See, I thought I heard...
Oh.
Who's in that front parlor, Ching? Who is it?
Front parlor. Oh, yeah. Big supplies. Got it. Company.
Company? Who?
They make it come in. They say, how to walk a light in. Ching, he keep his mouth shut.
Who is it, Ching?
You lucky, huh?
All right, I will.
Please let me thank you, Mr. Hanland.
What?
Jane.
Oh, Red. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. You're safe.
Yes. And the same to you.
Good morning, Mr. Ryder.
What are you doing here, Hanlon?
I'm glad to see you're safe, Ryder. Miss Bruce was just telling me the terrible thing that happened to you all last night.
I ask you what you're doing here.
Red, what are you saying to Mr. Hanland? I don't think I'll ever be able to repay him for all he's done, and you stand there...
Repay him? For what?
For saving my life.
Oh, that doesn't make sense, Jane.
Yes, it does. Beef Jones was going to make certain I wouldn't tell what I'd seen. He took me up the hillside and claimed he was going to shoot me.
And just then, I suppose, Mr. Ace Hanlon happened along and rescued you.
Yes.
You see, Ryder?
Yes, I do. Clever of you, Hanlon. And pretty good timing.
Red, will you explain why you're acting this way?
Well, I'm afraid, Miss Bruce, that Ryder's upset because it wasn't he who rescued you. He thinks he's got the monopoly on being the fair-haired boy of these parts.
You know that we cleaned up that rustling business on your ranch, don't you?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, the Dutchess and 30 men are out there right now. Our cattle are being driven back. Your men are prisoners.
You'll find I've just discovered myself what was happening on my property. You'll find I've informed the sheriff of Devil's Hole to arrest those men today. I was investigating when I happened to find Miss Bruce and was able to save her life.
There's nothing stupid about you, is there, Ace?
I consider stupidity a very real crime, thanks.
There must be a way of pinning this on you. And I'm gonna do it.
Whatchamala. Everybody eat like a number one cow in its claws clack.
Red.
Yes, Jane?
And all of you, I want to say something. I'm sorry for what happened just now.
Oh, it's nothing. I think I'll have some more coffee.
No, please, I've got to say it. I never dreamed Ace Hanland was mixed up with that cattle stealing, and if you all think he is, I'm sure he must be. But you must admit I was startled to hear you talk as you did after he rescued me.
Now, look, Jane, it's forgotten. We're all too tired now to think. Now, how about letting me go through with that promise I made before all this happened?
Promise?
Sure. To take you riding out in the range, remember?
Oh, well, I'd like to very much.
All right, then it's a deal.
Squaw trouble.
We'll get started the first thing in the morning after we've had some rest. That sorrel all right for you, Jane?
Oh, yes, it's my favorite horse.
What about Ace Hanland, Red?
Well, we'll just have to wait to get him, Dutchess. He can't keep drawn to an inside straight forever.
I guess.
Well, is you worth your losing the race?
No wonder they call it Painted Valley.
You know, my aunt homesteaded this place a good many years ago. Began raising cattle and... Uh-oh.
What do you see?
Down there on the highway leading to Devil's Hole.
Oh, one of Dad's freight wagons.
Are you sure, Jane?
Well, you can hardly see it, but the wagon's got Bruce Freighting Company Millersville on the side.
Oh, so that's your Dad's company. I've seen the wagon.
Dad's hoping that...
Oh, hold it.
What's the matter?
Look over there. Down the road further. Behind that clump of mesquite.
Oh, it's another wagon.
I don't mean the other wagon, Jane. Look. Behind those rocks, just to the right of the mesquite.
Red, there are 3 men there.
And with 3 rifles.
Oh, Red, you don't think that...
I don't know. But I sure aim to wait and find out.
Look, Red. The driver of Dad's wagon is pulling up, and those other men haven't made a move.
Sure looks like there's some soil rot in a fence pool somewhere. Look, the driver's calling to those men. See? They're coming out to meet the freight wagon.
Well, then, it's obviously not a holdup. Should we ride down and find out who they are?
You stay here, Jane. It looks to me like there's a cinch loose somewhere, and I'm going to find it. Come on, Thunder. Get going, Thunder.
Don't forget, folks, another thrilling adventure of Red Ryder comes to you next Tuesday at this same time on this same station. Tell your friends about this exciting new radio program. They'll enjoy it, too. And for real entertainment, you can't beat the adventures of Red Ryder. So remember, tune in your Blue Network station every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night at 7:30. Then settle back in your chair for a half hour of thrills, excitement, and action with the West's foremost fighting man, Red Ryder. That mysterious startled freight wagon on the road to Devil's Hole, the wagon owned by Jane Bruce's father. What does it mean? And why was the load transferred to another wagon with armed men standing about? Red Ryder has made it his business to find out. And you'll find out, too, if you join him. Listen to the next exciting half hour with Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy, on this station next Tuesday night at 7:30. Red Ryder came to you from Hollywood. This is the Blue Network. From out of the West comes Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy.
On that pony, little Beaver. They've held up the Millersville freight, and we've got to get on their trail.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Get along. Get him up. Get.
Get going, Thunder. Ride on, Cowboy.
Now for a brief message. Lazy afternoon, and the range shimmers in the midsummer heat. Red Ryder has been leisurely cantering along with Jane Bruce, the schoolteacher of Painted Valley. And now their horses mount a rise, the better to see the gorgeous landscape before them. Then, on the ribbon of highway far below, the road to the town of Devil's Hole, Red's sharp eyes spy a strange drama. The freight wagon that runs regularly between Millersville and Devil's Hole has been approaching in a cloud of dust. It stops as another wagon meets it, and the driver begins swiftly moving goods from one wagon to another.
Red, do you think there's something wrong?
Jane, doesn't that first wagon belong to the Bruce Freighting Company of Millersville? The outfit your dad runs?
Well, there's such a cloud of dust down there. It's hard to tell for sure.
Jane, you go on back to Painted Valley Ranch. I'm seeing about this.
The dust is clearing. Yes, it is one of Dad's wagons. It's a holdup.
It's more than that. Maybe we've got the answer why your dad's been having so much trouble lately.
Look, now they've got a wagon empty. They're taking out the rifles. They're going to shoot the horses.
They're not shooting the horses. They're shooting holes in the wagon.
Red, what is this?
Uh-oh. Go back to the ranch.
Where are you going?
They're whipping up the horses, making them go alone toward Devil's Hole to make it look like a runaway. I'm stopping it. Come on, Thunder.
Red, I'm riding with you.
Take it, Thunder, old boy. Flatten out and get me alongside that runaway. Jane, stay back.
Red! You'll be killed!
All right, now, Thunder. Alongside that lead horse so I can jump to his back and pull him to a stop. All right, now. Easy now. All right. All right, come on, you horses. Ease it up. Ease it up. Oh, there.
Look out, Red! You're heading right into the main street of town.
Oh, there, boys. All right, ease it up. Easy now. Hold it there.
Look out, Red! He's under those horses. Get him out. Red Ryder!
Grab them lines. Swing the horses around.
Unsnap them tubs from the double trees.
Whoa there. Easy, boys.
Hey, suffering cats. It's that Red Ryder from Painted Valley.
Thanks, friends, for getting me out from under there.
Why you ain't dead's beyond me, Redhead.
Oh, Red.
Now keep absolutely still about what we saw back there. Here comes Ace Hanland.
What happened here? Somebody trying to wreck my store?
Runaway, Mr. Hanland.
Yeah, this redhead sure saved things from being a lot worse.
Red Ryder, saving a runaway team. Well, Miss Jane Bruce. Yes, I might have known you'd be around to see it when Red makes a hero of himself.
Oh, you make me tired. If Red hadn't tried to stop them, this runaway team could have pulled your whole building down.
Yes? Well, who's going to pay for all this damage?
I reckon you are, Ace. Unless you want to sue these horses. They figured it out by themselves.
Very interesting. Isn't that a wagon belonging to the Bruce Freighting Company of Millersville?
I reckon it is, Hanlon.
Your dad's company, Miss Bruce.
Well, what if it is? If you could have seen what
Hold
we
it, Jane.
Hey! Look at what's limping up the street.
Why, Jeff Kershaw.
Go help him in, boys.
Red, what's happening around here? Well, that's the driver we saw take the goods out of Dad's wagon. Now he acts as if he's hurt.
The crowd's bringing him in. Now keep a straight face no matter what he says.
Come sit down over here, Jeff.
Yeah. What happened?
Boys, let me tell you about it. It all started about 3 miles out of town.
Yeah?
I was driving the freight wagon lickety-split to keep on time. When all of a sudden they started shooting at me from no place. 6 of them, and they was all wearing masks.
Now, take it easy, Jeff. What happened next?
Well, sir, they forced me off in that wagon at a rifle point. Took the goods off and put them on another wagon. And whooped the horses into town and left me to walk in afoot.
Another holdup.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite an experience, Jeff.
Yeah.
Baxter, you see about those horses. Jeff, come on over to my Silver Dollar Cafe. I reckon you'll need some doctoring.
Say, sure is the right guy, ain't he?
Well, Ryder, the invite includes you. I guess reckon my store wasn't your fault after all.
Mighty big of you, Hanland. You quieted that crowd pretty well.
All right. If you won't be friendly, have it your way.
Red, I can't stand this. We saw what that driver did. And now to hear him lie like
Just keep
that.
mum for a while longer, Jane.
Well, no wonder my father's having trouble making ends meet with these things happening to his freight company.
I've got a hunch that this is the smallest part of what's happening. Or going to happen to your dad's freight business, Jane. I think I'll mosey around Devil's Hole for a while and see what I can see. In the meantime, do this. You go on and see your dad at Millersville.
But we were supposed to be back at the ranch tonight.
Never mind that now. The Dutchess won't mind. Ride to Millersville. Tell your dad what you saw, but ask him not to say anything for a while.
But, Red, what are you going to do?
Now, Jane, don't ask any questions. Because I'm not too sure of just what I'm looking for myself. Unless it's to pin something on Ace Hanlon. I'm willing to bet a plug dollar that there's some tie-up between him and that driver, Jeff. And if I find out what it is, some of your dad's troubles might disappear.
Will you be in Millersville later?
You'll see me when the time comes. Now, I think I'll start my looking around here by paying a visit to Ace Hanlon's cafe. After a while.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, Mr. Hanlon. You calling me?
Step into my private office. I want to talk to you.
Sure, Mr. Hanlon.
Waiter, just go on feeding the boys. They're always hungry.
Okay, boss.
All right, step in, Jeff. Sit down, Jeff. Want to compliment you on a good job.
Well, thanks, boss.
Your story was airtight. You sure made it look like a holdup. What about the other boys? They get away with the stuff out of that wagon?
Sure did. I did like you said. Threw it all over the cliff.
Mm-hmm. Well, then here's your pay. $100. And just keep on as before, driving freight for the Bruce Company. Later on, I might...
What's the trouble, boss? See something?
Oh, I saw a shadow at the window.
Somebody getting IDs.
I don't know.
I didn't see no shadow at the window.
Yeah, I guess it was my imagination. Now, remember what I said. One peep about where you got that 100, and you'll find yourself at the wrong end of a 45.
Listen, when have I ever...
I'm telling you. We're monkeying with the U.S. mails when we stop those wagons, and I don't intend to have any talk.
Hey, boss.
You're supposed to knock when you come in here, Curly.
Gosh, I almost forgot, boss.
Yeah.
That greenhorn's in again. The one who's been bragging that he's just come out west with $3,000 to get into a business.
Good. Well, I'll be out to meet him. All right, Jeff, remember what I said. You get out the back way.
Sure thing, Mr. Hanlon, and thank you.
Open the door, Curly. Curly?
Yeah?
When did that Red Ryder come into my place?
I don't know. Must have come in when I was with you.
All right, never mind. Which is Bert Parks?
That good-looking young guy with the white Stetson sitting, of course, at the fourth table.
Introduce me.
Sure thing.
Hey, Charlie.
Parks.
Bert Parks.
Somebody calling me?
Yeah. Mr. Ace Hanland wants you. Heard you'd come to these parts to set up in business, and he thought maybe he'd tell you what you want to know.
That's right kind of you, Mr. Hanland. Shake.
Glad to know you, son. Understand you want to go into some sort of business.
That's right. If I can find one. Got the capital for somebody, $3,000, right here in this here belt.
Well, now that's the way you like to hear men talk. Frankly. Shows confidence.
That's what I figured. Talk frank and people will like you.
Well, I'll be glad to give you all the lowdown I can on the matchless business opportunities for forward-looking young men who wish to make Devil's Hole their future home, Mr. Parks.
Sure what I'd like to have, Mr. Hanland.
I'll be with you in just a moment. Smokey, see that Mr. Parks has his eats on the house, and keep things moving.
Sure thing. I'll be waiting, Mr. Hanland.
Well, if it's not Red Ryder in our midst.
Howdy, Hanland.
Decided to get friendly after all and come have a gander at my establishment?
Oh, I was just curious, that's all.
Curious?
Yes. As to why a holdup out of town and some mighty valuable freight stolen calls for a celebration.
Just what do you want in here, Ryder?
Do I have to want anything? Go on, play with your marbles. I don't need any statistics on chances of opening a new business in Devil's Hole.
Now listen, Ryder.
Skip it. Don't let me spoil your fun.
As if you could ever spoil anything for me. Even at dinner. Well, what's the matter with everybody? Stir it up. Have a good time. Hey, Professor, get back to that piano with some lively music. Come on. Come on. Curly.
Yeah, boss?
Over here.
Yeah? What is it, boss?
I want you and Smokey to have a stud game ready for that Bert Parks.
Well, that's what we figured.
Now, here's the angle. That Red Ryder is sure to edge up to the table and watch what we do. He's that nosy. Well, I'm sick and tired of having him always there staring at me when I got work to do. I want some trouble to develop. When we're working on that Bert Parks, the minute it does, I want you to do something. I don't want you to miss. Get Red Ryder.
In just a moment, we return to the adventures of Red Ryder. Crowded with trouble for Red Ryder. First, he and Jane Bruce saw an act of robbery on Jane's father's wagon freight line. And now Red's in Ace Hanland's Silver Dollar Cafe, standing with a crowd about a gaming table, at which Ace himself and a couple of his better card sharps are about to take $3,000 from a young greenhorn who had just arrived in Devil's Hole and has talked too freely about his having $3,000 in cash. Red doesn't know it, but he is in extreme danger of his life.
6. Jack. 10. Queen. Queen high. You bet, Mr. Parks.
In with the blue chip.
Stay.
Stay.
All in, gentlemen. 9. 7. Jack. Well, Smokey, a king.
Bet 5 blue chips.
Just a minute there, Mr. Hanland.
Yes, Mr. Parks.
Just stay right where you are, hands and all. That king came out in your sleeve.
Do you know what you're saying, youngster?
I guess some guys ain't no better out west than they are back home. I saw that king come from your sleeve.
Why, you...
No, you don't.
Pretty obvious there, Ace. Never thought a man as smart as you'd ever pull a trick so raw. Now, what are you planning on, deliberately starting trouble? That job was meant for me, not Bert Parks. Now, Parks, take my advice and slip out of here.
Get him, boys.
I say you're on the way. I'll shoot the lights out and you skin for the front door.
Hey, kerosene from the lamps!
Stick by me.
My horse is tied up over there by that wood pile.
Hey, there's 2 horses.
Little Beaver, how did you know where I'd be?
Me find 'em thunder, stay 'em close, know 'em you come.
Oh, what a lifesaver you are. Here, you get on Thunder with me. Bert, you take that pinto and let it go. Just follow that creek to some cottonwoods 3 miles down, and I'll meet you there. All right. Easy, Thunder.
Why am Red Ryder stop? Cottonwoods long 'em way yet.
Got a bulge in my pants pocket where I put some money. Just wanted to transfer it to the inside of my shirt there where a certain party won't see it.
Hooey! Lots of money.
That's right, little Beaver. A roll of $3,000 of Bert Park's money. Ace Hanland was going to relieve him of it, and I just managed to scoop it up before we said goodbye to his place.
Red Ryder keep him for a while?
Yes, for a while, but I'll give it back to him later. I'm afraid that Bert Parks is pretty easy pickings for these parts. By the way, I thought I'd left you at the ranch at Painted Valley this afternoon.
Little Beaver no want 'em stay.
I told you I'd be back before sundown.
Red Ryder go riding with Jane Bruce. Squad trouble. She look a mule like 'em sick calf. Me no like 'em. Red Ryder always get 'em into trouble.
So you figured that whenever I go riding with a girl, I get into trouble. Well, you may be right. Well, let's go on and find Bert. Get going, Thunder. Yes, that was a narrow squeak if I ever saw one.
Man, how you ever got us out of there is more than I can figure out. Never knew there could be so much trouble in one place.
Well, it's all over now and nobody's hurt.
Except me. Guess I'll never see the $3,000 left on that gambling table again.
I don't want to preach any, Bert, but next time you ought to think twice before talking free as you did around those boys in Devil's Hole.
Yeah. Guess I'm new to this country. Well, there goes my chances of ever investing in a business like I hoped.
Say, tell me about yourself. Where you from and what kind of business did you hope for?
You'll think me pretty green if I tell you the truth. Come from Missouri. When an uncle left me that $3,000, I figured on the West being a good place to find excitement. Guess it's about right.
Want a job?
You know where I can find one?
Well, I was kind of figuring on riding down to Millersville, 40 miles south. Think I know where there is one.
Yeah, with my money, I got to go back and get it.
Don't you go near that bunch again. Your money isn't there now anyway. And you shouldn't have been gambling in the first place. Say, think you could drive a freight wagon?
Could I? Drove a stage once all summer.
Well, there's a freighting outfit in Millersville I know of that needs an honest driver. And about all that's wrong with you, as I can see it, is that maybe you're a little too honest.
Oh, gee, Red, if you could get me a job, oh, man, would I be grateful.
Well, then let's make a camp here tonight and start for Millersville at daybreak. That meet with your approval, little Beaver?
If Red Ryder no get 'em in squad trouble, you betch'em.
Oh, man. That partridge you shot sure smells like a tantalizing breakfast when you cook it that way.
It's a special way of cooking I more or less invented when we haven't any utensils.
Yeah.
No sign of little Beaver yet?
Can't figure it out. He was gone with a pinto horse when we woke up.
He must have heard something to go off like that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hear something?
Yes, it's Pinto.
Riding in fast, too.
Something's wrong, Bert.
Red Ryder, me hear 'em shooting before sunup. Go see. Freight wagon. Driver dead.
Freight wagon driver shot? Where?
Over on road. 2 miles.
Come on, Bert.
Yeah, but the partridge breakfast...
Skip the breakfast. Now take us to where that driver was shot, little Beaver.
He dead?
Yes. A rifle bullet. Never knew what hit him. Did you see it happen, little Beaver?
No. Me only hear 'em. Come quick. See 'em only wagon.
Hey, this wagon says on the side, Bruce Freighting Company, Millersville. That the outfit you mentioned?
It is. And the wagon's empty of freight, too. Now, Bert, you said you could drive one of these wagons. You take it in on to Millersville. Little Beaver, you ride with him. I'll go on ahead on horseback and talk to the Bruces.
And drive with this here body right in the wagon?
Yes, I know that driver. He's Dave Small. Above all, bring him in.
Red, you don't mean it.
I do mean it, Jane.
You see, Father? Now you'll know I wasn't dreaming about the story I told you.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible.
Wait, Mr. Bruce. Don't go to pieces. There's a thing or two I want to know first.
Oh, yes, Ryder. Anything I can tell you. Poor Dave dead. My best driver. I can't believe it. What's happening to us?
Now, suppose you start telling me what the situation is right now with your freight company.
Yes. Well, for years I've kept the Bruce freight lines running between here and the Devil's Hole and other towns, hoping for a day when the territory would really open up and it would pay off. But now, well, it looks as if somebody's after me.
You think that, too?
What other explanation is there? I start having business, hauling freight to Devil's Hole 4 times a week and to other towns 2 and 3 times. Then these robberies start up, and now my driver's been shot.
That was just awful for Dad, Red. He's personally responsible for the safety of the goods he ships. Well, this can put him out of business if it goes on.
But is some other firm competing with you? Who do you suspect?
That's what I can't understand. As far as I know, nobody wants my business. As far as my drivers are concerned, I can't believe they join in any robberies. I still can't believe Jeff Pearsall did what you say you saw.
Well, he did, Dad.
Jane's more right than she thinks, Mr. Bruce. I saw Jeff Pearsall accept money from Ace Hanlon and Hanlon's own office.
What?
Which makes it certain.
You did? Why, the dirty double-crossing rat. Wait till I get my whip and meet that lying whelp.
Now, hold it. What good'll beating up Jeff Pearsall do? Now, somebody's at the bottom of this, and for some reason of his own is trying to put you out of business. Now, let's wait for him.
Red's right, Father.
But who's behind it all? Is it Ace Hanlon?
If it is, we'll find out.
Oh, look. Look, there comes the wagon. With little Beaver on horseback alongside.
Uh-oh. The crowd's found out already. They're pouring out of the saloons and stores. Now, you stay here, Jane. What's in that wagon isn't a very pretty sight.
Look, Red, way up the street, near the bank.
Uh-oh. Wonder when he got into Millersville.
Why, it's Ace Hanlon.
Yes. No doubt to head the Devil's Hole delegation of mourning for Dave Small, the dead driver. Mr. Bruce, I'll look after Small. You go fetch the sheriff and have him here.
The sheriff? Well, what can old Jim Primdale do?
Never mind what the sheriff's like. Just fetch him.
Quiet. Take it easy, will you? I'm the sheriff here, and I'll ask the questions. Now, you say that this Red Ryder here then told you to drive the wagon on into Millersville.
That's right. We found the body and...
What part does Indian Kid got in all of this?
Me get him help for Red Ryder. Me protect.
Quiet. All right, Bruce. What time did you send this freight wagon out yesterday with this Dave Small riding horses?
Why, it was about 1 o'clock, Sheriff Primdale.
1 o'clock, eh?
Yeah.
And you, Cowboy, you say you didn't find the wagon and the driver till sunup this morning.
That's right.
You folks, you gotta keep still. We can't hear ourselves think. Clear out of here, all of you. I'm busy with these folks here.
Yes, sir, we've had enough of you fussing around getting no place with all the lawlessness and the shooting of the driver, Dave Small.
Hey, can you do a better job?
I sure can, with some help. And here's the help.
Here we are.
We know who shot Dave Small because he was seen.
Then bring the witness in here and let him testify.
It's one man with 2 friends, and there he stands right there. Red Ryder.
Say, just who are you and where are you from?
Never mind who I am. I could be a witness, can't I? Red Ryder was the one that bushwhacked Dave Small in the head with a rifle and took the stuff out of the Bruce Freight and Company wagon. And we aim to see that justice is done.
You're crazy.
Yeah?
Yes.
Crazy, am I? I suppose he fooled you, too.
Cut all that talk. Just stand back. Stand back. Red Ryder's my friend. He pulled me out of a bad hole once already. By jings, I'll pull him out in return if it means to die myself.
Oh, Greenhorn looking for trouble, huh? Look at them guns a-trembling in his hands.
You think I wouldn't shoot and shoot to kill, do you? Then stand back, you, because...
Hold it, Bert. Huh? I said hold it. Well, hombre, I'll give a guess and say you've got a reception committee outside, all from Devil's Hole. Have you?
We sure have, and if you'll come peaceful, you'll have a fair trial.
I'm sheriff of this here county, and I ain't...
Hold it, Sheriff. All right, hombre. I'll come. Just open that door.
Well, I can't think of anything that would suit me better.
What a reception committee.
Red. Oh, Red, they'll kill you. You'll never get out. Don't walk out there.
I've only got one thing to say, Jane. You and your father and everybody else in this room better duck in just about 30 seconds, because it won't be peaceable. I'm going out there, and I'm going out fighting.
Remember to tune in this station Thursday night at 7:30, and every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the thrilling adventures of Red Ryder, the West's foremost fighting man. Hear Red, Little Beaver, the Dutchess, and other famous characters in an exciting story of the West 3 times weekly. There's never a dull moment when Red Ryder is riding the range, so join him again at this same time Thursday night. And here's a tip. Most of your friends like exciting entertainment, too. So tell them about these new Red Ryder radio programs. Tell them to tune in the Blue Network station every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night at 7:30 for the adventures of Red Ryder, America's favorite cowboy hero. From out of the West comes Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy.
Oh, that pony, Little Beaver. They've held up the Millersville trade, and we've got to get on their trail.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Get along. Get him up. Get.
Get going, Thunder. Ride on, cowboy.
The Adventures of Red Ryder. Started as an afternoon's lazy canter over the mesas with Jane Bruce has grown for Red Ryder into a strange problem. Who's trying by robbery and murder to put the Bruce Freighting Company of Millersville out of business? Involved are Jane and her father, John Bruce, Ace Hanland, and Bert Parks, a young man fresh from the East whom Red extricated from Hanland's card sharps just as they were about to take his money. Now, in Millersville, just as the sheriff inquired into the latest killing of a Bruce Company driver, Red finds himself accused of that very murder. A mob has appeared to get him outside the Bruce Freighting office.
There's that redhead. Hey, you coming peaceable, redhead? We'll give you a fair trial.
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Red, don't walk out there. Don't, please. They'll kill you.
I'll growl with you, Red. They won't hurt you. Thanks, Bert and Jane. But you all better stay in this room and duck in just about 30 seconds. Because I'm going to try to talk my way out of this. And if it doesn't work, things won't be peaceable.
Red?
Where's Little Beaver?
Well, I don't know. He was here a minute ago.
All right, never mind. All right, hombre. You're stepping out on that porch with me.
Just don't reach for your guns, because it won't be healthy. Come on, down them steps.
Hasn't a man anything to say in his own defense? Then you'll listen anyway. I'm going to have my say, and then you can get me, if I don't get you first. You say that I killed Dave Small. If any of you had an ounce of sense, you'd see that you've been egged on by somebody to turn attention from himself. A rifle bullet killed Dave Small as he drove the Bruce freighting wagon from here to Devil's Hole. And I haven't carried a rifle for weeks.
Oh, why don't you let him argue first?
I'm not arguing. I'm telling you something to your faces. You're a pack of fools. I've seen mobs before, and so have you. They don't just grow. They're started. Can anybody out there tell me who put the idea into your head that I killed Dave Small? Nobody, huh? Well, I'll tell you. He's across the street leaning against that hitching rail.
Ace Hanland.
Ace Hanland, proprietor of the Silver Dollar Cafe and the store and everything else at Devil's Hole. Ace Hanland. Somebody ask him what he's doing in Millersville. Somebody ask him who paid Jeff Pearsall to pretend like there was a holdup of a Bruce wagon outside of Devil's Hole day before yesterday. Ask him why he's so worried about me being mixed up in this. Then ask him what he's got against the Bruce Freighting Company, founded and kept going for years by John Bruce when it didn't pay a dime, and hopes that someday it would amount to something.
Now, I'll answer those questions, people of Millersville, and gladly. I'm here because I'm a businessman, because the only way I could get freight and mail to Devil's Hole is through the Bruce Company. And I'm sick of having shipments delayed and my stuff stolen. I never paid a man to fake a hold-up in my life. That's a lie he can't prove. I haven't anything against Bruce. But I say that if he can't protect his shipments, he hasn't any right to be in business. Yeah, that's right. As for this Red Ryder, it's about time folks around here realize that for the past year, there hasn't been one bit of trouble around here he wasn't mixed up in. And I say that where there's smoke, there's a fire.
Red, get out of here.
Furthermore, I'm here.
I'll cover your retreat. I told you to get back there with Jane and her father. I won't do it. That coward sheriff disappeared out the back window. Ain't nobody but you got nerve in this country?
I can't prove it.
What's that? Now, what's little Beaver up to?
Hey, that Indian kid pal of yours gone crazy, Redhead. Here he comes with your horse and his pony, galloping to beat the cards toward us down the street.
Little Beaver, don't come near here. Look at the crowd, all tangled up in the mud. Did you see that, Bert? For Pete's sake, little Beaver tied a rope between the two horses, trailed it on the ground, and tripped the whole bunch. Oh, Mother, this is rich. Here he comes back. Little Beaver, that's enough.
Crowd cool 'em off in mud. Me bring him good help this time.
Oh, you sure did, little Beaver. You brought good help this time. Now cut that rope out from the crowd before somebody really gets hurt. You, Bert, keep him covered. I will. All right, now just calm down. Get up out of that mud and reach for the sky.
You'll pay for this someday, Red Ryder.
I'll be glad to pay. It's been worth it. Just reach for the sky. Standing. Yeah, that's better. I've got a hunch your feelings about me have kind of cooled down. So I reckon you can all go. Even you, Hanlon. And I'd suggest a shower bath in your case. All right, come on, Bert. Little Beaver. Back into the office.
By jings, I wish one of them had started something.
And they feel him cooler now. No danger.
That's right. There'll be no trouble now.
Red! Oh, I can't believe you're walking in here alive.
Not only alive, but kicking. Thanks to Little Beaver.
Me knock a Ace Hanland in mud. You betcha.
Little Beaver, you sure did.
Red, I think my hair turned 2 shades grayer than it is, seeing you out there standing off that mob and hearing that dirty lying skunk of an Ace Hanland saying what he did. Jane can tell you I had my rifle up, ready to start shooting if that mob so much as moved toward you.
And you'd have gotten into the same kind of trouble if you had.
Well.
Now listen, everybody. It's plain as daylight that Ace Hanland's at the bottom of this.
Well, sure he is. But can we prove it?
That's the question.
Well, we know what Ace has tried to do, don't we? We know
But
that
all that's not proof, daughter. Red's right.
For one thing, where's his motive? You're sure you can't think of any reason why he'd want you out of business, Mr. Bruce?
And he shouldn't want to crowd me to the wall for the money in freighting. But so far, there ain't been hardly any.
I wonder what it could be.
Yeah, it beats me. Oh, by the way, Ryder, what about that job you talked about?
That's right. I almost forgot. I met Bert here under rather peculiar circumstances in Devil's Hole. Now, he needs a job.
I'll tell you the circumstances. I had $3,000, and he saved my life before I lost it. The money, too.
He says he's driven a stage. Want a trustworthy man?
Do I? You're hired, son.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Bruce.
I don't know as I'll be able to pay as regular as I'd like, but I'll sure try.
Count me in, Mr. Bruce.
Oh, Mr. Parks. You can't know what that means to us.
Gee, can't everybody just call me Bert, sort of? You don't have to be so polite.
Well, Bert, my boy, someday I'll make this up to you. Just when, I don't know, but I will.
When'd you like me to start, Mr. Bruce?
Well, Bert, I've got a wagon scheduled to go for Templeville tomorrow morning at daybreak. You want to try taking that wagon in? A couple of sacks of mail and some merchandise for the general store?
I'd sure like to try.
Well, then you're hired, son.
Gee, thanks. And thanks to you, too, Red, for putting in a good word.
Well, now we got everything fixed. Guess Little Beaver and I'd better mosey on back to Painter Valley Ranch.
Oh, Red. So soon?
Reckon the Dutchess will be needing me about tomorrow, Jane.
Gee, why do you have to go, Red?
Well, Red, I thought...
Yes, Jane? What did you think?
Well, all these strange things happening to us, I thought... Well, I thought you were interested in solving them.
Sorry, Jane. I'll try to be back in Millersville maybe about the middle of next week.
Oh, Red.
Oh, now, Janie, maybe Red's got business elsewhere. He can't be expected to solve all our problems for us.
So long, Bert. Glad to have met you.
Red, thanks for all you've done for me. And thanks for...
Where we going now, Red Ryder?
Well, we're camping here for the night.
Up here on Mountain Cold.
We're up here on the cold mountain because down below us is the highway leading to Templeville.
Me catch him. You watch him, Bert Parks driving King.
You got the idea. Follow what might happen to Bert when he starts out driving that wagon bright and early tomorrow morning.
Now maybe Red Ryder find him out what matter.
Maybe. So let's get what sleep we can. We'll be cold and hungry enough before dawn.
It's about time you came in and reported to me.
Now, listen, Mr. Hanlon, you see,
Find
I
what
was
you ought to throw away money on. Sit down. Don't talk too loud. This hotel's walls wasn't built to deaden sound.
Gosh, Mr. Hanlon, we had that redhead when that Indian kid come along with them two horses and that rope, and then he
Yeah,
was...
and there we all were in the mud like pigs. Now, listen. I don't intend to have this matter drag out to the point where my part in it comes out, understand? I've just heard that Bert Parks is going to work for the Bruces and is taking the Templeville wagon tomorrow morning, leaving at 4 a.m. That's bad. It means another driver we're not sure of.
Well, could we get the way he's sleeping and,
And have the whole business really rouse the country? No thanks. This has got to be method number 3. And I don't want it to fail.
Oh, I tell you that this time...
Never mind the promises. Do it.
Yes, Mr. Hanlon.
Wagon come now. I'm up road. See him?
It's about time. This air up here's making me starve.
And look 'em.
Uh-oh.
2 men with rifles. They wait.
Stay right here.
But they hold him up. You no stop him?
If only I could be sure he wouldn't be killed.
Come on, Red Ryder. Save him.
I told you to stay here. Now, this time I want to see what they do with that stuff they steal.
Now they step him out. Say, hands up.
Bert, don't be foolish and start shooting. Oh, good. He put his hands up.
Now they bring another wagon.
It's the same thing they've always done. They'll take that stuff out of the Bruce wagon and put it into theirs. Get your horse. We've got to be ready to follow them. Now that's funny.
Red, we crazy.
If you see the same thing I see, we're not crazy.
We follow men who steal them from Bruce wagon. We see them now, what they do.
I thought that by following them, I'd be led to where they hide the stuff that they steal from the Bruce freighting wagon, or the man who receives it. But I never expected this. They throw the stuff away and into the river. I haven't cleared up a bit of this mystery, little Beaver. In fact, I've made it worse.
We return to the adventures of Red Ryder in just a moment. Went to work as a driver for the Bruce Freighting Company. And Red Ryder thought that he would follow the men he and Little Beaver saw hold Bert up and force his load, and so solve the mystery of what has been happening, as well as Ace Hanlon's part in the series of recent attempts to put the Bruce Company out of business. Instead, the mystery deepened. The hold-up men took the stolen goods and dumped them into a nearby river. Back in Millersville, Bert Parks now stands in the Bruce offices waving his arms.
There I was, driving the wagon pretty as you please on the road to Templeville when, I guess it was about 5:30, it happened. Made a grab for my gun, but what was the use? They had me. Took everything.
Oh, Bert.
Lucky you weren't killed like poor Dave Small, son. Lucky you weren't killed.
Lucky who wasn't killed?
Red.
You were right, Jane. I should be looking into this. I wasn't needed at Painted Valley after all. Do you need another man, Mr. Bruce?
Another man? Oh, that's right kind of you, Red. What's the use? They're licking me. I can't stand this.
Red, just this morning, Bert was held up.
I heard about it, Jane. It's all over town. But I've got an idea. A guard. Bert, you drive. I'll guard. We might get a shipment through that way.
Why, Jings, there's an idea.
No, boys. I don't see much use in staying in business the way things are. Even if you and Bert do work for me, what can I pay you with? I'm almost broke. This morning's work just means another shipment I've got to make good.
Listen. Now, don't ask any questions, any of you. Here's what I want you to do. Dispatch a wagon at the regular time tomorrow morning to Devil's Hole. Advertise it. Let everybody know about it. But don't ship anything valuable on that trip. I just want 2 or 3 packing cases that will look regular, but which will be filled with rocks.
Rocks?
Yes, just plain, ordinary rocks. Do it now and don't ask any questions.
Have you gone crazy, Red?
For Pete's sake, Red.
Now, wait. I've watched Red a long time at Painted Valley. He's got an idea. I know it. Do what he tells you.
But, guys...
All right, Red. I have a hunch you're up to something.
Thanks, everybody. All right, Bert. You'll drive and I'll convoy.
You're the doctor, Red. I'll drive and you convoy.
Oh, and just one more thing. When we're set to start tomorrow morning, Mr. Bruce, give us orders in a loud voice, just as if we were green hands and needed advice.
Got the horses all set, Shorty?
All set. The team's ready.
Well, goodbye, Jane.
Goodbye. Isn't Little Beaver going?
Oh, he'll be along in a minute. Here he comes now.
Yippee! Me go him too with wagon. Bring him bow and arrow. Help him guard wagon. What's the matter? Need him guard.
That's right, son. We need all the guards we can get to help Red, even those with bows and arrows. Well, boys, remember I told you about that road ahead. The only trouble you might have is the narrow stretch down the face of Breakneck Canyon. It's well named. Been raining through there lately, and the soil's kind of wet.
I know the stretch. We'll watch it. We'll be careful.
Well, luck be with you, boys. So long.
So long.
So long. Come on, team. Get going.
Get going.
Sure look good on Thunder.
Getting tired pounding a wagon seat?
I wouldn't mind taking a spell around. This wagon seat's riding mighty rough. Where's little Beaver?
He's been circling the mesa up above to see what he can find.
And he acts like he's seen something. Here he comes.
Just keep on going.
Oh, Red Ryder, you come see him.
You spotted something?
2 men, guns.
What kind of guns?
Rifles. They get him off horse. Weight him high up in mesas.
Stay here a minute. Take it, Thunder. Come on, Thunder. Go it, boy. Bert, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, just keep on rolling as if you hadn't heard anything. Little Beaver reports men on foot up on the mesa up above.
What'll it do?
Now,
Go this side of Breakneck Canyon?
Now, don't arouse suspicion. Keep going. If you hear shots, though, stop dead. We'll go up above and reconnoiter.
When do we come to Breakneck Canyon?
Oh, about a half-mile ahead. It's steep but safe. Just keep your brake shoes tight on the way down.
All right. Come on, you hayburn. Get going.
Come on, Thunder. Back to Little Beaver.
Crazy shorty not tell me till an hour ago that Red Ryder went with the wagon, too. Yeah, but I got it fixed. It'll happen in Breakneck Canyon.
You know what it means if there's a slip-up.
Oh, I know there. But there's too many men getting in on this. Say, when's that shipment you expect coming in, Ace? This can't go on much longer.
Just hold your horses. It ought to be in tomorrow. And after that, we'll both be on Easy Street.
Did you hide the horses in those bushes?
You betcha.
All right. Now, where's that cliff you said we could look down from?
There. Take 'em easy.
Uh-oh. We're right on the edge.
See 'em. They're man with gun down below.
How do you know he's not a hunter?
Hunt? This country? What'd he kill him here? Coyotes?
All right. So he's up to no good, and he isn't a hunter. But you said there were 2 men up here. Where's the other?
No see him. Lost.
Well, there comes Bert and the team down the road. They look like toys way down there.
Start going down Breakneck Canyon.
There's the other man.
Now what'd he do?
He just seemed to spring out of the ground. And both of them are watching Bert drive down into the canyon. I'm looking into this.
Me come too.
No, you stay behind. Watch the horses.
Me no want 'em stay.
Now do it, Little Beaver. We can't take any chances with those horses if we need them. I'm sliding down this cliff and talking to that man.
All right. Me do 'em.
That's better. All right, here goes.
Stay where you are, Redhead.
Seems to me I've heard your voice somewhere before, mister.
I ain't interested in voices. Hey, Jack! Redhead walked into the trap. Give him the works.
Listen, if you two are hunters, there's something mighty peculiar.
Well, I ain't interested in conversation. Just stay right there. What hit me?
That's all I need to. get this chance. Come on down, little Beaver. Good shot with that arrow. You take his gun.
Got him gun.
Thanks. You were right to keep watching. Now do the same. Keep out of sight. I'm going to see what that other man's up to.
What's that?
Blasting powder.
Look 'em. Smoke.
Coming up from Breakneck Canyon. Come on.
You come.
Slide and fast. The loose rock. Can you stop?
You stop 'em. Pour 'em pants.
Never mind that now. Down the canyon.
No use. Look 'em.
Little Beaver.
Road blow 'em right off.
That's what they're doing, the skunks. Planting a charge of powder to go up when the wagon passed. Oh, you fool, Red Ryder, you fool. Little Beaver, get down there and try to find Bert. I'm going back after that other man.
Me go.
If I can get back up this slide of loose rocks. Uh-oh.
No place for little Beaver.
No place for either of us. Where's he shooting from?
Up in bushes.
Ouch. Hot lead in the face. Let yourself slide.
Me slide.
Don't let it get out of control.
Maybe it can no stop.
Try to stop it. Try it. Or it'll take you down into the canyon. Now be careful. Little Beaver, plant that bush.
Me go 'em fast. Red Ryder, where are you?
Right here, little Beaver.
Red Ryder, what's the matter?
I don't know. Broken leg, feels like.
Well, I come slide too fast.
Help me get some of that loose rock off my legs. Hurry now.
Work 'em fast.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Never mind that. At least I'm alive and we know it. Go see what's happened to Bert. Confound it. Why did this have to happen now? Those men will get away.
No good here.
Now do as I tell you. Go see about Bert.
No, me stay. They kill Red Ryder here.
Now do what I tell you. Confound it, you're always getting me into trouble when you don't do as I say. Do it. Look after Bert.
No, get him out. Little Beaver will work. Get Red Ryder out. Red Ryder. Red Ryder. What matter? Face white. You faint. No faint him now. Please. Hurt bad. Red Ryder. Red Ryder. They shoot him at me, too. Little Beaver, go get help fast.
What's going to happen to Red Ryder now? Well, you can count on one thing. It will be exciting and entertaining. So be sure to tune in again Saturday night at 7:30. And don't forget, tell your friends that they can hear the thrilling adventures of Red Ryder 3 times weekly on their Blue Network station. Make a date right now to listen in every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night at this same time for a half hour of spine-tingling action with Red Ryder, America's favorite cowboy hero.
in store for Red Ryder and the others. Listen to the next thrilling half hour with Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy, on this station next Saturday night at 7:30.
West comes Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy.
Hold me, little Beaver. They've held up the Millersville freight, and we've got to get on their trail.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Get along. Get him up. Get.
Come on, Thunder. Right on, cowboy.
The Adventures of Red Ryder. In just a moment, we'll join Red Ryder. But first, I should like to remind you that the bread on your table has a lot to do with making any meal more enjoyable. That's why so many wise mothers serve delicious, fresh and tasty Langendorf bread with every meal. To help supply extra energy, delicious Langendorf bread is made with dextrose, finest quick energy food known. Serve fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at every meal. Has found that the problem of why someone is trying to put the Bruce Freighting Company out of business is a deep mystery. Its drivers are sometimes murdered, its cargoes stolen, then thrown away for no apparent reason. With a newcomer to the country named Bert Parks, Red and Little Beaver this morning undertook to convoy a wagon load of dummy freight from Millersville to Devil's Hole, following a hunch of Red's. And now, in the Bruce Company offices at Millersville, Jane Bruce and her father anxiously await news.
But, Dad, there's no use pacing the floor like this.
No use pacing the floor. Janie, I tell you, if this terrible business goes on much longer, I can't stick it. Making those robberies good has cost me everything. My drivers have quit. I haven't the money to start up again, even if somebody tells me what this is all about.
1 o'clock. Red and Bert must have gotten to Devil's Hole with the wagon by now. They didn't have trouble.
And why can't Red say what he's up to? Asking for 2 crates filled with plain rocks as freight. Insisting we let everybody know a shipment was going out.
Dad, I've told you 1,000 times. Red never talks till he's ready.
No, I suppose it... Jane, look. Out the window.
What's the matter?
Something's coming up the street. Look how the people are pouring out of the stores.
Oh, Dad, it's Bert. What? Coming in alone on a horse.
Yes, he seems to be hurt.
Oh.
Badly, too. Come on.
All right. Stand back there. All right. Stand back there.
Bert, what happened?
Miss Jane, quick as you can. There are 2 messages on paper inside my shirt. Send them by telegraph. And don't say a word about it to anybody.
What happened?
Do as I say. I'll tell you the rest later.
Yes. Got it. I'll go get the doctor. Let me out, please.
Quiet, everybody. Quiet. All right, Bert, tell us what happened.
Well, I was driving the wagon toward Devil's Hole and nearing that stretch of road down the face of Breakneck Canyon, and Red Ryder was cantered alongside when that Indian boy pal of Red's came to say he'd seen a couple of men with rifles on the mesa above.
Yeah?
Oh, Red went to look, and I kept on down Breakneck Canyon when it happened.
What happened?
A charge of dynamite went off, I guess. What? Blew me and the wagon clean off that road and killed the horses.
Dynamite? But Red and Little Beaver, where are they?
They're dead.
Dead?
I guess they got them both with their rifles.
No.
I found them falling down a landslide, and from the sound of the shooting, they must have been drilled clean full of holes. I crawled out of the canyon, I don't know how, and I found them. That's the story.
Why, hello, Miss Jane. Don't see you coming to this telegraph office much anymore.
Tom, do something for me and keep mighty still after you've done it.
Why, sure, Miss Jane. You say you look mighty flustered, though.
Don't ask questions, please. Here, send these 2 telegrams.
Yeah, well, I guess there ain't nobody else in town to send them but me. Let me see. Say, Ace Hanlon's right here in Millersville.
Yes, I know. Send it. It says, if you've still got the shipments, send them now. Don't sign my name to it. And the others to the U.S. Marshal at Union City.
Hey, let me see. Let me get my specs here. Come right away with deputies. Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, do it, Tom. It's all right. Honest it is. I'll pay you myself.
All right. If you say so. And I'm going to sign this one to the marshal with your name.
Yes, that's right. Oh, thanks, Tom. And hurry it. Please do. Dad, what are you doing in here?
Yep, barrel's clean as a whistle.
Dad, what are you doing with that rifle? Who's taking care of Bert?
I stayed with Bert till the doctor came. Now I got work to do. With the killing of Red Ryder and little Beaver, I've had my fill of killing my men and stealing my freight. I'm going to that hotel and get that Ace Hanlon.
Dad, please don't. Please.
He's gone too far. Gunfire's the only answer now.
Oh, Dad, you don't know what you're doing. You'll ruin everything.
I aim to ruin Ace Hanlon. That's what I... What's this?
Well, I mean, you'll ruin us both.
Now, wait a minute. What do you know?
Oh, Dad, please don't ask me questions. Please.
Something's afoot. I know it is.
Well, Dad, you just can't keep a secret. Your face shows it.
Oh, I can't keep a secret, huh?
Well, they told me you'd be in here, John.
Just
Bruce.
stay right where you are, Ace Hanlon.
Well, I must say this is a nice reception for a businessman. What's that rifle for?
I've had enough of your killings of my men, and you're robbing my stage line.
Father, please. Please. Oh, don't pay any attention to him, Mr. Hanlon. He's just brought up.
Get out from in front, Jeannie.
Now, look, Bruce, I know you're excited.
You bet I'm excited. You killed the last of my men when Red Ryder died.
Red Ryder's dead?
He is, and little Beaver with him.
And I was told the truth. Well, can I help that? What proof have you that
Everything points to you.
Father, Dad, you are spoiling everything.
Huh? Spoiling everything? What's she mean?
Well, I mean, spoiling our business and so on.
Well, you bet he is. Now, look, Bruce, drop that rifle. I've got business for you. 3 large packing crates I have to get to Devil's Hole right away. I'll pay special rates to get it there fast.
I don't want
Dad.
your... All right. Janie, see that the wagon's hitched up.
But who'll drive it, Father? Red's gone, so is Dave Small. Bert Potts is injured.
I'll get there myself.
You will? Good.
Have Shorty get the team ready, Jane.
The crates are in the warehouse. They'll be ready for delivery to my cafe in Devil's Hole in 10 minutes. Have a wagon there then.
Oh, thank you, Dad.
So, I got an honest face. Can't keep a secret, huh? All right. Never mind, Janie. Maybe you're right. There's a plan afoot, and I won't spoil it. You go watch over Bert, see how he's getting along. I'll see about the wagon.
How are you feeling, little Beaver?
Feeling so good.
You know what, little Beaver? You're just like the wild Mustangs we used to have to clip across the neck, very light with a rifle ball, before we could ever catch them. That's what happened to you. Across the neck. I thought you were a goner for a while. Help yourself to some more of that soup I made out of that rabbit.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to be laying around a fire for a change instead of... Oh.
Keep him still. No good moving busted leg.
I told you 3 times the leg's not broken. Just sprained. I can ride Thunder, all right.
What we do him now?
Stay right up here on the mountainside where we can watch that thin ribbon of highway down there. The highway to Devil's Hole. And hope and pray that that little scheme I hatched up won't prove so thin that it'll go wrong in the frying somewhere in Millersville.
We catch a Ace Hanlon, maybe?
I'm not sure yet who it'll catch. but it'll be the one causing all the trouble. Now finish up that soup, little Beaver, because... Oh, that ankle. Because I need your sharp eyes to help me.
Now, look, Hanlon. I don't want any more arguments.
Oh, never mind. I believe now you got rid of Red Ryder, all right. Here's your 500.
Well, thank you, boss. I guess I talked too fast.
I only want you to do one more thing. And right after that, you're starting for the border, and starting fast.
Ready whenever you say, boss.
There's one more job to be done on a Bruce Company freight wagon going to Devil's Hole.
Huh? Another?
That's right. The last one. But listen. This time, you don't take what you find in the way of freight in the wagon and dump it in the nearest river. You take it straight to Smoky Remington's place this side of Templeville.
Smoky Remington's at Templeville?
And after that, straight for the border. Because this thing's going too far now.
Oh, I get it, boss.
Now, wait. Don't anybody ever say Ace Hanlon wasn't generous. For that neat job of setting off the powder charge that got Red Ryder, here's another 50. And for getting that Indian kid, another 10.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hanlon.
I'm only sorry Curly's body was left there in Breakneck Canyon. Get now and do as you're told.
Sure.
Send Easy to tell me how things went. This one ought to be simple. Old man Bruce will be driving the wagon himself, and everybody will believe his story.
Did you douse the fire like I told you?
Red Ryder jumpy. Me douse him long time.
Hang it, I hope my scheme pans out. So many things could go wrong.
You sit him still. No good walk him.
You're right. I keep forgetting about that roughing up I had back there in Breakneck Canyon. That landslide almost finished us, little Beaver.
Me think of Red Ryder gone happy hunting ground.
Darn it. Why didn't I think of having Bert tell me whether he got Jane to do as I told him or not? Now, if anything goes wrong, I could sit here for days and wonder about it.
Red Ryder not sent him here that long. No good. Me make him go home, taking care of broken leg.
I told you 4 times now that the leg's not broken.
Look him.
Where? Yes, you're right. It's a Bruce Company wagon, and coming fast, too.
Mr. Bruce, he drive him.
Oh, I believe you're right. Dad Bruce is driving.
Me go fetch him thunder. Red Ryder no walk.
This perhaps won't be so easy. I didn't count on Dad Bruce driving that wagon personally. You stay behind, little Beaver. I don't want you in the way because we can't tell what's going to happen.
Red Ryder, be careful. No get him off horse.
I will. He's coming. Come on, boy.
Get away from me. You're dead. Bruce, stop that team. Nobody's stopping this team. Not even a ghost. Get going.
Stop it, I tell you. Stop.
Whoa. Whoa there, you four-legged demon. Whoa. Oh. You ain't dead, you red-headed devil.
Dead, Bruce,
What kind of thing's going on around here? What is this? You let everybody think you're dead, and you're really doing the holding up of these wagons.
But, Dad, Bruce...
Oh, it's clear to me now. You are a robbing highway thief. But you're not getting this load of freight, because I got a rifle here, and I intend to use it.
Dad, Bruce...
Get away from here. Get.
We return to the adventures of Red Ryder in just a moment. Now, I'd like to remind you, fresh and tasty Langendorf bread is rich in food value. That's important to all of you, especially these days when we're working harder and longer, playing harder. Each tempting golden brown loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread is a wonderful source of important food values used by the body for energy to help build muscle and tissue. In addition, delicious Langendorf bread is made with dextrose, the world's quickest energy food, to give you extra energy in each fresh, delicious slice. And this wonderful energy source is yours in a bread so creamy rich in color, so smooth in texture, so delicious to the taste, so lasting in freshness, that baking experts judged it America's finest. Plain with butter or jelly, toasted or in sandwiches, it's delicious. For goodness sake and for energy's sake, ask your grocer for fresh and tasty Langendorf bread, white or wheat, tomorrow. Red Ryder's mysterious scheme for the final trapping of whoever has been robbing Bruce Freight Line wagons and murdering drivers seems to be taking a strange tack. Could his recent experiences, which almost resulted in his death, have affected his mind? Apparently, he even tried to hold up old John Bruce himself on the highway from Millersville to Devil's Hole. But old John took no chances, opened fire with a rifle, and finally Red...
Hey! Sorry, Mr. Bruce. No other way out. You red-headed devil. Shoot my rifle out of my hands if you like. But now I know you're one of those holding me up. I tell you, I'll never rest from here to breakfast till I...
Now, hold it, Bruce. I can't get off this horse because I can't walk. And I had to hold you up to make it look authentic in case anybody's watching. Now, listen.
I won't listen. I tell you,
Did Ace Hanland ship those crates you've got in that wagon?
Huh?
Then my scheme worked.
Boy, how'd you know Ace Hanland came in and asked...
It did work. Jane did it all and kept it a secret. Now the rest of it may work. Little Beaver.
Me come.
Now get those crates out of that wagon, quick.
Hey, what is this?
No, wait. Pull ahead to those willows yonder, where we can't be seen.
Red Ryder, have you gone plumb crazy?
No, now do as you say.
Oh, I don't get it. But, all right, get up there. Get up. Come on, get along. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Do you have a hammer or a chisel in the wagon and something to open the crates with?
I ain't opening no crates for you or anybody else.
Little Beaver, help them get them open.
Me get 'em.
Now, we haven't got a minute to lose. No telling just where they're planning to hold you up again.
Hold me up again? What in... Now, listen here, Red. If you don't tell me what this is all about... Wait a minute. How's it happen you're dead and yet you ain't?
It's a long story in itself. We almost did die. I can't get off this horse and walk, so open up one of those crates and you'll see what I mean.
Hanged if I ain't getting curious to see what you're so all-fired head up about. All right. I got a crowbar here. We use it to get loose boulders off the road with sometimes.
Now, hurry. Pry the tops off that nearest crate.
Yes, keep your shirt on, son. These boards is really nailed on. Yeah, there it gives. Now, let's see. Wait, let me get this paper off.
If I could only walk well enough.
Holy jumping catfish and little green spring apples.
What's in the crate?
Hooey.
Red. I don't know how you figured out this thing, but you sure stumbled on something. Take a look at this.
Great Scott.
A great big silver teapot weighing close to 5 pounds, I'd say. What is all this, Red? The whole crate full of silver, just like this.
Haven't got time to explain now. Little Beaver, you help Dad Bruce. Now pry the tops off all those crates. Hide the silver you find in these willows. Then fill them up again with rocks and put the tops back on.
Take the silver out. Put rocks... What's the idea, Red?
Now do as I tell you. Then keep on going. A little ways beyond here, I can't say just where, you'll be held up again. What? And I'd advise you to just throw up your hands and leave that rifle be, because that bunch will be playing for keeps.
I'll be held up again. Well, all right, Red. You've been right so far. But when do I hear what it's all about?
This afternoon, back in Millersville, where Little Beaver and I are going as soon as we get this chore done.
All right. Come on, Little Beaver. Let's do as the boss says. Get up!
Oh, look, there he comes now.
Huh? Get the cover. On your toes, Horace.
All right, you. Just put up your hands. Whoa. Hold it. Whoa. Hey, what is this? The hold up?
Don't waste time arguing, mister. Boys, get them 3 crates off in that wagon.
Now, come on, let's get through. I'd just like to know how you figured I'd come by. This is a special trip for Ace Hanland.
Never mind how we knew. Get them crates off, boys.
Put him in that other wagon and shake a leg while you're doing it.
Gosh, Miss Jane, that's sure too bad. Tell me some more.
Well, there's not much more. Dad, of course, poured his money into this outfit to keep it going when times were tough. And now all these disasters have happened. His shipments stolen right and left. Well, he's about through.
Gosh, why was I such a fool? I came from Missouri with $3,000 to invest in a business. Could have come in mighty handy about now to get maybe into business with your dad. But like a fool, I lost it at Ace Hanland's Silver Dollar Cafe in Devil's Hole.
Wait, there's a stranger coming into the office.
Huh? Or maybe it's...
No, it's not Red. Wait a moment. Oh, you're...
U.S. Marshal Wiggins, ma'am. You're Jane Bruce?
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
You got your telegram, and we rode as fast as a buckboard and horseflesh could carry us, ma'am. Me and 2 deputies from Union City. What's the trouble?
Well, that is... I don't know.
You don't know?
No. That is... Well, Red Ryder knows.
Red Ryder?
And I don't rightly know why Red wanted me to send for you, but I know Red. And if he wanted me to send for the U.S. Marshal and deputies, why, he knew what he was doing.
Say, what is this, ma'am? Blind man's buff?
Oh, please, I don't know what it's all about. Really, I don't, but terrible things are happening. Robberies and murders and...
Robberies? Murder? Well, maybe we had better stay.
Jane, here he comes, up the street.
Red Ryder. He's safe.
And that's the story, Marshal.
Gee, that is a story.
Oh, Red, do you think they'll hurt Father?
Not if he doesn't get foolish and grab that rifle, which I don't think he'll do now.
One question, Mr. Ryder. None of this leaked out to this Ace Hanland yet, did it?
I don't think so. Thanks to Miss Bruce here, my friend Bert Parks, who handled things very well.
And I'm sure Ace Hanland's still at the hotel.
Well, as soon as your dad comes back in town, Miss Jane, and can be the witness, we'll mosey on over to the hotel and arrest Mr. Ace Hanland. If he's there now, I don't reckon he suspects much, and is probably sitting on pins and needles right this minute, awaiting word as to how his scheme turned out.
Oh, Red. We thought for a while you were dead.
Thought so myself for a while, but little Beaver pulled me out of it.
Me bring him help.
So I guess now there's nothing to be done but just make ourselves comfortable until Mr. Bruce gets back.
Then we'll call on Mr. Hanland at the hotel.
Who is it?
Better open up, Mr. Hanland.
Here, just a minute.
Huh? Better just take it easy, Hanland.
Red Ryder.
In the flesh, Ace.
Little Beaver, too. You betcha.
No, I'm seeing things. Let me out of here.
Just take it easy, Hanland. Here's my badge. That's real enough, ain't it? U.S. Marshal Wiggins from Union City. Sorry, but my deputies have gone over to Templeville and picked up the rest of your gang.
What? There must be some mistake. What do you mean?
You're under arrest as a receiver of stolen goods, Ace Hanland.
Stolen? Why, what do you mean?
Oh, you needn't try to act innocent. Mighty clever scheme it was. Engineering those robberies on the Bruce Freighting Company's wagons.
Look here, you're plumb crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Clever, dumping what you stole in the river so that when you finally ship those crates of stolen silverware and jewelry that your crook sent you to dispose of, it couldn't ever be proved they were delivered to you.
It's all a pack of lies. Who told you a thing like that?
We got it good and straight, Hanland. You coming peaceable?
Now, listen, you...
Just take it easy. Argue and you'll get these on your wrist.
Hey, I'll come peaceable. I don't need these on my wrist. Really, I don't. I'll come peaceable.
All right, move along, folks. I'm taking this man along to Union City. Thanks to you, Mr. Ryder, you uncovered a pretty far-reaching burglary plot. I'll bet officials in San Francisco and a lot of other cities have been scratching their heads a long time to figure out where that stolen stuff was sent.
Have some more coffee, Red.
Now, little Beaver, you drink the rest of that milk.
Doggone, Miss Jane, this coffee sure rings that bell.
Jane always was a right smart cook.
More food, please.
Now, just hold everything, everybody, you hungry mob. I can only serve so many at a time. Red, I don't see how you figured out Ace Hannon wasn't just trying to put Dad out of business.
Well, Jane, that was my first idea, of course. Like it was everybody's, I guess. I figured Ace Hanlon was pulling these robberies and making things tough generally for the Bruce Company so as he could ruin your business, and that he'd try setting up one of his own later on. But little Beaver and I saw something that changed our minds about that angle. And anyway, it didn't make sense.
We see him throw stuff in river.
That's right. A lot of the stuff they hijack from your wagons, Dad Bruce, you'll find at various parts of the Devil's Hole River.
Why, the low-down... And me being responsible for some of this stuff they stole, too.
So when I saw that, I knew the motive wasn't just robbery.
Ace Hanlon sure didn't like having you around either, Red. More coffee, please?
Oh, that's right. He even tried to have us blown up to get us out of the way. So you can see he had something pretty serious to hide.
Yeah.
It occurred to me that all this was a blind of some kind, to cover something a lot more important than it looked on the surface.
Yeah.
Then it hit me that maybe he wanted shipments of his own to seem to have been stolen. Well, I acted on that hunch, laid a trap, and by jings, the trap caught him.
That's as fine a piece of reasoning as I've heard of in a long time, Red.
And, man, is that redhead handy with a gun, too. Should have seen the way he got me out of Hanlon's Cafe in Devil's Hole when they was coming for me. Where I lost that $3,000 I came west to start a business with.
Well, boys, I'm sure glad you cleaned things up. I just hope now I can raise some cash someplace to begin where I left off.
Well, say, Bert, I almost forgot. Here, wait a second.
Huh?
Red Ryder hide him in belt.
As if I can just get at my belt. There you are. All safe and sound.
Holy jumping. Where'd you get this?
Your money, Bert. In that fracas at the Silver Dollar Cafe, I scooped it off the table. $3,000.
Didn't you let me think it was lost?
Well, Bert, you talk so free in front of Hanlon, and from the way you let them get you at that stud table, I figured maybe the stuff was safer with me for a spell.
I'll be... But don't know as you're right, Red. Dad Bruce, you say you want some capital?
Well...
I came out west to start a business. How's to buy a half interest in yours? I drove a stage back in Missouri.
Well, Bert, if this had dropped from heaven, it couldn't have been more welcome.
Don't show me the way. I've been here before. They told me that no account pencil of mine's maneuvering around here, and I want him. Howdy, folks.
Annie Dutchess.
Dutchess, what are you doing in Millersville?
Hello, Dutchess.
Keep your seats, everybody. Howdy, Bruce. Hello, Jane. No, now, don't bother. I can sit without help. Red Ryder, you're heading over toward Paradise Plateau, and you're heading fast.
Why? What's wrong over on Paradise Plateau, Dutchess?
Something's mighty unfunny over there, Red. A corporation what built a dam for an irrigation project went and got a lot of settlers to come in. And now I believe the whole thing's turned out to be a swindle. Sure is. Folks was encouraged to come into the valley and build houses and settle, and now they're being put off by mounted gunmen. There's something down around Paradise Plateau that just don't create a sweet smell around this here part of the world, and I suggest you hightail over there, Red Ryder, and see what it is.
Well, little Beaver?
Me ready. Do what Annie Dutchess say.
I figured you'd be. All right, come on. There's doings at Paradise Plateau.
Red Ryder comes to you each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night at 7:30 over these same stations. Tune in Tuesday and hear the next exciting adventures of Red Ryder and Little Beaver, with Ace Hanlon's strange and lawless doings against the settlers at Paradise Plateau. What does he find when he gets there? Adventure and thrills. Red Ryder is presented for your enjoyment by Langendorf, bakers of the bread judged America's finest. Get a loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer's tomorrow. During periods of war stress, the morale of the nation must be kept at the peak. Health and energy are necessary for high morale. Our all-out defense program requires both physical and mental fitness. Those of us who cannot serve on the battle line can still help in many ways. Red Cross, civilian defense, USO, and other national defense activities. We can do our bit by investing in defense stamps and bonds, real savings that can be drawn upon in time of need. We can enlist in the nation's health defense program to help maintain the high morale which builds courage and optimism. Langendorf bread, rich in nutriment, proteins, and vitamins, and dextrose for added energy, will help you to maintain the physical and mental fitness to carry you through these days of stress. Keep physically fit and do your bit. This program came to you from Hollywood. This is the Blue Network. From out of the West comes Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy.
On that pony, little Beaver. There's been a shooting over at Paradise Plateau, and we've got to see that justice is done.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Get along. Get him up. Get!
Come on, Thunder. Ride 'em, Cowboy.
The Adventures of Red Ryder. In just a moment, we'll join Red Ryder. Red Ryder and Little Beaver would be the first to tell you that there's nothing more enjoyable than a good sandwich. And if you like sandwiches that are so fresh and flavorful, so tender and rich that each bite is a taste delight, make them with fresh and tasty Langendorf bread. The bread baking experts judged America's finest. Sandwiches made with Langendorf bread help give you strength and energy, too. In addition to other healthful benefits, each smooth and flavorful slice contains dextrose, the world's greatest quick-energy food, to help pep you up. Yes, you youngsters who take your lunches to school, and you men and women who take sandwiches to work, will find that Langendorf bread sandwiches taste better and are better. So for goodness sake and for energy's sake, always make sandwiches with Langendorf, the bread judged America's finest. Get fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer's tomorrow. It is an early summer's morning, and Red Ryder and Little Beaver have ridden to a far corner of Painted Valley on an errand of mercy. The plaintive bawling of an injured cow has been reported by one of the ranch hands, and Red and his constant companion have gone to seek it out. We find them as they are ministering to the crippled animal.
There now, you poor critter. I know just how this pulled us smarts on that fested shank of yours. But it'll be all over in a few minutes.
Cow, him crybaby.
And a fine one you are to go talking that way, Little Beaver. Well, remember the time you had the mumps
Want
and
a bandage now?
Not half as much as you want 'em change 'em subject. Finest medicine on the sun. Laughter. Just look at that critter perk up. All right, now. Give me the bandage and wrap around the poultice. Say, you suddenly been struck deaf and dumb, Little Beaver? I said, give me the...
You see him what I see?
Huh? You mean that cloud of dust way down there on the highway? Say, but it must be in an awful hurry. But so am I to get back to the ranch house, so how about that bandage? Thanks. Wrapping it a bit too tight, am I? Well, I'll fix that. Little Beaver, quit stand down at that highway and start putting the stuff back in that first aid kit. Now, if we don't get a move on, the Dutchess will give us...
More than horses on highway.
Huh? No wonder they're making such fast time. The driver's whipping his horses.
Me see him.
Now, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's the ornery, low-down, good-for-nothing coyote that'll whip horses. Now, quick, little Beaver. Dump everything into the first aid kit and... All right, there you go, you critter.
You betcha we catch a buckboard.
Yes, sir. Now grab your pinto and let's get going. Get alongside the left horse and grab the reins, little Beaver. I'll do the same with the right one. Careful you don't get unseated. Steady. Now, hold there. Steady.
Leave my horses alone, do you hear? Leave them alone or I'll use the whip on you.
Well, I'll be hog-tying a woman in dungarees.
Let go of those horses or I'll cut you to pieces with this whip, mister.
Just you drive, ma'am. I'm holding on to these horses.
Look out, Red Ryder. Squaw wild like firewater.
I'm not getting delayed by anybody. I don't care who. Out of my way!
I see I've got to take that whip away from you. Now hold the horses, little Beaver.
Me hold them.
Don't you dare come near me. Don't you dare.
I never fought a woman before, but this time... There. I just hope I don't carry that welt across my face all my life, ma'am.
Give me that whip. I've got to get on. I tell you, I've got to.
Well, you won't get there with those horses tuckered out the way they are. Now look at them, frothing at the mouth, plumb worn out.
Why can't you leave me alone?
Red Ryder, you look him here.
Huh? What did you find there in the back of the buckboard, little Beaver?
Man, him dead.
Dead man. Here, let me see.
I knew they killed him. I knew it wasn't any use.
He's still alive. Quick, little Beaver. Fetch the first aid kit from the pommel of my saddle. Lucky thing we had it along.
You betcha, Red Ryder.
A bullet right alongside the heart.
You think him all right?
Not unless we can get him to a doctor right away. Well, I'm doing what I can here. You unhitch the horses from the buckboard and replace them with Thunder and your pinto.
But they not harness horses.
Well, they are now.
Thunder got him too much spirit to pull buckboard.
He'll do it for me, all right. Now, the life of this man depends on it. Now, do what I say. Now that you've calmed down, ma'am, it'll help a powerful lot if you'll explain a few things.
You'll have to forgive me for what I said and did. I lost my head. I was trying to get my husband to Devil's Hole. I knew the nearest doctor was there, and I thought you were trying to stop me.
Why should I? Why should anyone? Unless it was the varmint that shot your husband.
That's it. I was so crazed with worry and grief, I thought you'd followed me all the way from Paradise Plateau.
Say, you have come quite a piece, haven't you, ma'am? No wonder those horses are...
I must have been out of my mind to whip them. I've never done anything like that before, but all I could think of was to make them go faster or Jim would die.
I understand. And I'm sure even the horses would forgive you if they knew the reason. Well, here we are. How is he back there, little Beaver?
Still need them.
Thank God. Maybe we've still time.
Oh, there. Oh. Now, if the doc is only in, let's hope that luck is still with us, and he is.
You'll have to deliver the anesthetic, Red. My wife usually does it, but she's over at a neighbor's. You think you can handle it?
Well, I've never done anything like that before, but sure. Sure, I can manage it.
Consign that lead pellet. Consign it, I say. Lodged in there like it... bedded in deeper than any I ever saw. There, I got it.
Tell me the truth, Mr. Ryder. Do you think... is there really any hope?
Well, Mrs. Eddy, Doc says he won't be able to tell for sure until your husband starts coming out of the anesthetic. But he appears to think there's a fighting chance.
And I owe it all to you. How can I ever thank you?
Oh, never mind that now, ma'am. But if I'm not meddling, won't you tell me how your husband got shot? Because whoever did it needs to have the law on him. if that hasn't happened already.
Law. What can the law do?
Ma'am, what's that you're saying?
You'd say it, too, if...
If what, ma'am? Mind telling me how this started?
Well, we came out from Ohio about a year ago, just after we got married. Jim said that there was a future out west for a man that was willing to work for it.
And barring tough luck and the cussedness of certain rascals, he was right.
No, he was wrong. No man ever worked harder than my Jim. Why, from early morning until late at night, he was...
How did you happen to locate at Paradise Plateau?
Well, on the trail, we met up with an agent of the company in charge of the development. The Paradise Plateau Mutual Water Company.
I've heard tell of it, but didn't pay much attention.
Well, the story we heard would have made anyone pay attention, especially us. It seemed made to order for us. So much so that I remember saying to Jim, it's too good to be true.
Exactly what was the proposition?
In order to encourage settlers, the water company was offering to sell each one a parcel of 60 acres at $5 an acre.
No wonder you said it was too good to be true. That was cheap.
Oh, there were certain qualifications. Each settler had to sort of prove up on his land.
Build on it, I suppose?
Yes, a house and a barn by the end of the first year. If not, everything was to be forfeited. I guess we should have known from that, should have been forewarned. But you see, Mr. Ryder, they all talk so smoothly, and they even let you divide the acreage price into 3 payments of $100 each.
Uh-huh. I think I'm beginning to catch on.
Wait. It's almost unbelievable how crooked some men can be. For 1 year, we worked our fingers to the bone. We cultivated the land, bought a herd of cattle, built our barn, and then... Oh, it seems ages ago, but it was only yesterday. Jim and I were...
Hiya, mister. Your name Jim Eddy?
Why, yes, mister. What can I do for you?
Jim? Oh, visitors?
I guess so. Them horsemen there, friends of yours?
You might call them that. Thought they'd come along just in case we had trouble. I'm from the Paradise Plateau Mutual Water Company. Got a little bill for you. Small matter of $1,350.
$1,300? How much?
Here, assessments is what it says here. $22.50 an acre.
Assessments? Why, I paid $300 on this land, like the contract says. I never understood we had more money to pay.
I didn't come to take no excuses, mister. It's pay or get off on the land, and right now.
So that's it. Ruth, get me my rifle.
No, you don't, mister. Hold it. Stand right where you are.
Nobody's coming into my house.
Oh, Jim.
Nobody pulling guns on us while we're just riding around doing our duty. Now get off this land unless you got $1,300, and fast. Because if you don't, by nightfall, we...
And then, Mr. Ryder, they took everything we had, except this team and buckboard.
Uh-huh. Now, just one more question, ma'am. This man who put you off the land, had you ever seen him before?
Never.
I see. Well, I reckon you must be mighty hungry and just about all in. Now, there's a nice old lady in this flea-bitten town of Devil's Hole, Granny Smith. She'll fix you up the best meal you've ever tasted. There you can rest and clean up.
Thank you, Mr. Ryder. But I couldn't step out of this door. I couldn't eat a morsel until I found out about Jim.
Well, Doctor...
Doctor, is he...
You're all green now, Miss Eddie. He's asking for you.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Jim, darling.
Well, is that a load off my buckskins, knowing that he'll pull through?
Who told you he would, Red?
But I thought... What's the lowdown, Doc?
That operation is one of the slickest ever done in these parts, if I do say so myself. And like I told you before, he had a fighting chance.
Then what?
He won't fight.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Exactly what I said. The fella won't fight. For some reason or other, he doesn't seem to want to live.
Doesn't seem to want to live.
Maybe you know why.
Yes, I sure reckon I do. Think I'll have a talk with him.
Oh, darling, don't talk like that.
Mind if I come in, ma'am?
Oh, Mr. Ryder, I wish you would.
Who is it, Ruth?
Jim, this is Red Ryder. I'd never have made it here in time with you if it hadn't been for him.
Oh, thanks, partner. Well, looks like that won't make no difference now.
You mustn't say such things, Jim. You mustn't think them. You've got to live, if only for my sake.
Oh, a fine woman like you, Ruth. You'll be well rid of me.
Oh, Jim, I love you.
You'll be all right, ma'am.
Huh?
You mean the doctor said...
No, it's what I'm saying.
Oh.
You see, Jim, you're going to get back that 60 acres at Paradise Plateau. Yes, and everything that goes with it.
You can't mean it.
He doesn't. Just saying that to make me feel better.
I'm giving you the word of Red Ryder. And folks that know me will tell you Red Ryder has never gone back on his word yet.
Oh, I know.
But how can you possibly...
There must be a way, and I'll find it. Now, it's too late to start now, ma'am. So you'll spend the night at Granny Smith's. Then first thing in the morning, we'll hitch up the buckboard, and you, Little Beaver, and I'll make for Paradise Plateau.
We return to the adventures of Red Ryder in just a moment. Strength and energy are two things that make Red Ryder a real fighting man. And to have strength and energy, you must eat foods that are high in nutrition. So if you want extra food to help pep you up, here's the way to get it. Eat plenty of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread with every meal. But it's good, and good for you, too. Yes, delicious Langendorf bread supplies valuable food elements the body uses for energy and to build muscle and tissue. Then, for extra energy, fresh and tasty Langendorf bread contains dextrose, the world's greatest quick-energy food. You'll find that Langendorf bread adds zest to every meal, and zest to living, too. It's so wonderfully fresh, so smooth and tasty, that baking experts judged it America's finest bread. Plain with butter or jelly, toasted or in sandwiches, you will agree that Langendorf bread is the finest bread you ever tasted. So help yourself to extra energy this extra good way. Get a loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread tomorrow. Toward dusk of the following afternoon, we find Red Ryder driving the buckboard toward what was formerly the Eddy Ranch at Paradise Plateau. Seated next to him, and trying hard to conceal her anxiety over the approaching showdown, is Mrs. Eddy. Some distance behind the wagon is Little Beaver, mounted on his pinto and firmly clutching Thunder's halter. Now, the Indian boy gallops forward to plead with Red once more.
Well, Little Beaver, what is it this time?
Me still want him turned back.
I've told you a dozen times you could. Just tie Thunder to the back of the buckboard.
Me no turning back without you.
Then for the last time, get this straight. I'm not turning back. Why, we're almost there.
But me got him hunch Wiseman stay away from Paradise Plateau or go to other paradise. Bang, bang.
Now quit worrying that little head of yours about me. I savvy right enough what I'm getting into.
Get him into trouble. Squaws always bring him trouble.
Little Beaver is right. Perhaps I am getting you in a lot of trouble.
Now, just remember this, Mrs. Eddy. Coming here was my own idea. You didn't ask me.
I know, but...
And wasn't your husband a good deal better when we stopped by this morning just before leaving? Oh, that doc says he wished that kind of improvement came in bottles.
Oh, I know it means Jim's life, getting the ranch back for him. But it may also mean your life, and I could never forgive myself.
Now, ma'am, if I got shot every time I've taken a chance, well, I'd be as full of holes as Ching Hao's kitchen sieve back at Painted Valley.
But here's the turn.
Good. Get up. It's getting plenty dark, but I can still make out the buildings. Looks right handsome, too.
Everyone said ours was the finest place of all. Maybe that's why we lost it.
Maybe.
Mr. Ryder.
Ma'am?
Wouldn't it be safer not to drive up openly like this?
Sneaking around is all right for coyotes and rustlers, but it kind of goes against my grain. Oh, there. All right, open up the gate, Little Beaver. Hey, where's Little Beaver gone?
Mr. Ryder.
Yes?
When we turned off the main road back there, I was sure I saw it. A lamp shining from the window of my kitchen.
Are you positive?
No, I'm not positive, but what do you think it might mean?
Well, it could be anything, Mrs. Eddy. There's somebody living in your house already. That's about the only thing I can figure. Now, where did Little Beaver go to?
Where are you going?
There. Is that the glimmer of light you saw?
Yes, and it is in my kitchen window.
You better stay here.
No, I'm going with you.
Now, Mrs. Eddie, ma'am, I got a feeling that...
All right, hombre. Stay where you are.
And who are you, mister?
That's the voice of the man who put us off our land.
By jing, so you're back.
Can't a man even walk around this country?
This is my land. Just bought this place. There's a sign back there. No trespassing. Didn't you see it?
How could we see any signs when it's as dark as this? And what if we just aimed to pay a social call?
Yeah? Just let me catch you around here.
You're the man who shot my husband. This isn't your land. You couldn't have bought it. It's ours.
That's what you think.
Now, take it easy, man. That sort of talk doesn't affect hombres like him. I can see that.
You bet it don't.
All right, mister. If it's just our trespassing on your land that you object to, we can... You have got a fast draw there, mister. You've had practice.
By jings, mister. Someday I'll get you for this if my arm ain't ruined.
Lucky all I shot at was your gun. Now stand over there and answer questions. What do you mean by saying you bought this place?
None of your business.
You want some more of the same medicine, or...
No, wait, listen. I did buy it.
Who from?
The Paradise Plateau Mutual Water Company. With assessment values.
Where do you come from? All right, come on. Where do you come from?
From down across the border. I used to work for Phil Wainwright.
And who's Wainwright?
Mr. Ryder, that's the president of the water company.
Mm-hmm. I think I get it. And I'll bet I know the kind of work you used to do for this Wainwright hombre, too.
Yeah?
Somewhere else there's been a water company come into a valley where they invited settlers, and like this one, pretty soon they told the settlers there was more money to pay than they figured on. And in this case, you had the job of driving them out. Come on, is that the story?
Well, yeah.
A fellow named Ace Hanland got anything to do with this Wainwright?
Well, maybe he has.
Now we're really getting somewhere. What's your name?
Jack Miley. Well, let me go to the house and bandage up this arm where the gun splinters got it, can't you?
Go on back and count yourself lucky you didn't get worse. I'm going to have a little talk with that Wainwright hombre.
Mr. Ryder, somebody's coming.
Yes? Oh, it's Little Beaver.
Oh, other part of valley, people leave them homes, too.
I figured that you were seeing about something. They being driven off?
Me no can tell them. They just leave horses, wagons, got them stockpiled way up like people move.
All right, come on, folks. Let's get out of here.
Where are we going?
Never mind that now. Just get in the buckboard. Mrs. Eddie, ma'am, I sure wish I didn't have you along.
What's the trouble?
Well, I've been thinking this over. I figure on calling on this Wainwright hombre. Now, it's plain things aren't what they should be in this man's country. But in the meantime, what can I do with you?
Oh, don't worry about me. Please don't. Put me anywhere. I'm used to camping. I'm not afraid.
I don't know about that, ma'am. It's getting right dark.
Ryder, me watch him.
You'll take care of Mrs. Eddie?
Me guard him.
Good, that's all I want to know. Now, look. Drive the buckboard over toward that clump of alders and wait for me to come back. Now, don't make any fire or let anybody know you're there by any sign. I'll unhitch Thunder and be back in an hour or two, I reckon.
Just come over to report, Mr. Wainwright.
Well, come in, Baldy. Come in. Shut the door.
Sure, boss.
Yeah. Have a cigar.
Yeah.
It's a nice piece of work the boy's been doing the past 24 hours.
And now, look, Wainwright. I told you I didn't want that Miley among my men. He's too handy with a trigger.
Now, listen, Miley's all right.
Yeah? Well, he evidently didn't tell you that he plugged that guy Eddie and putting him off his ranch.
Plugged him?
Yeah. Now, look, Wainwright. I'm not again making a few dollars the easy way. This idea of Ace Hanland's of juggling the books of the water company so's assessments can be raised again the settlers and then getting in the new crop to milk, I thought that's a slick deal. But I don't want no part in shooting any of them, see? And if there's anything come of the Eddie shooting, I throw you to the dogs and fast.
Yeah? Well, you get this on your own part, Baldy. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. We're secure in our legal rights. And if Eddie or anybody else resists, can I help
Shut
them?
up.
Huh? What's the trouble?
I thought I heard something outside.
I didn't hear nothing.
Well, maybe I was hearing things. Go on.
Hang it. You did hear somebody. Come in.
Evening, gentlemen. Just thought I'd pay a little social call.
Yes, sir. Come in. Kind of late at night. Your call business or social?
Which one of you is Wainwright?
I am. This is Mr. Julius Baldy, my chief engineer. You interested in acquiring land in the district? We've still got a few choice acres left for enterprising young men.
Well, I don't know as I'd be interested in the land so much as the method of buying it.
Yeah? Meaning what?
I got some friends that did some business with you, and I don't like the way it was done. People named James Eddy.
Eddie? Why? Something wrong with him?
Concern it, Wainwright.
Now, look, Wainwright. You're not fooling anybody but yourself. I've come here to ask you to give back to the Eddies what's theirs.
What's theirs? Why should I? I don't owe them anything. They owe me.
I'm just curious to know how.
Now, listen, mister. I don't see why I should tell you my business.
Show him a contract, Wainwright. It's legal.
All right. Here's a standard contract.
Mm-hmm. Printing so fine it would take a magnifying glass to read it.
Can I help it if you've got bad eyes?
Fact is, Wainwright, I got pretty good eyes. Trigger eyes. The Paradise Plateau Mutual Water Company shall be and is hereby empowered to make any such special assessments as its board of directors shall deem necessary. And in the event such assessments are not duly paid... Why did you all of a sudden assess Eddie and nobody else?
Well, had to improve the ditches down in his section.
Kind of expensive ditch digging, wasn't it? At $22.50 an acre?
Well, I didn't do it. Our board of directors did, made up of the ranchers themselves.
But handpicked by you.
Look here. I stood about all the curiosity I can from you. Who are you, anyway?
Red Ryder's the name.
Good grief.
That mean anything to you, gentlemen?
No. Now, listen, Ryder. You get out of here. I never did anything to you.
Just stay right where you are. Don't go near that door.
Look out, boy. Blasted.
Too bad that gun of yours stuck there, Mr. Baldy. I must admit I didn't see your hand as fast as I should have. I figured that Wainwright here would do the fast acting. Apparently, he lets others do his shooting for him.
I'll have the law on you, Ryder. You can't come into the office of a corporation like
Where
that.
do you keep the contract that Eddie signed? In that safe? Open it.
I tell you, I'll have the law on you.
Open that safe.
Yeah, it is.
And stop shaking like that. I only want you to take one thing out of there. Eddie's contract. And I want you to spread it on that table, pick up a pen, dip it in the ink, and mark it. All assessments, present and future, paid in full. Oh, thunder, easy. Well, folks?
Red Ryder come back.
Howdy, Mrs. Eddie, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so glad, Mr. Ryder. I've been terribly worried.
No need to, ma'am. And you can also quit worrying about your husband, because no sick bed will ever be able to hold him after he hears the news.
News? What news?
Well, you see, ma'am, Mr. and Mrs. James Eddy have just got back one grade A improved ranch, complete with paid-up contract.
Red Ryder comes to you each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night at 7:30 over these same stations. Tune in Thursday and find out about the other dispossessed settlers of Paradise Plateau.
Will Red Ryder also come to their rescue? And what of the sinister, scheming Wainwright? How will he seek to avenge himself on the fearless cowboy? Listen again for the next exciting episode of Red Ryder. Red Ryder is presented for your enjoyment by Langendorf, bakers of the bread judged America's finest. Get a loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer's tomorrow. How can I help during these critical times? That is a question that many of us are asking ourselves today. There are ways all of us can aid our fighting forces. Thousands more volunteer workers are needed for civilian defense, Red Cross, USO, and other vitally important work. By buying defense stamps and bonds, we help our government and save for the future. And we can help to keep our chins up by keeping physically and mentally fit. For the extra energy that many of us need these days, Langendorf bread is rich in essential vitamins, proteins, and dextrose, the world's greatest quick energy food. Remember, keep physically fit and do your bit. This program came to you from Hollywood. This is the Blue Network.
From out of the West comes Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy.
Off that pony, little Beaver. There's been a shooting over at Paradise Plateau, and we've got to see that justice is done.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Get along. Get him up. Get!
Come on, Thunder. Ride 'em, cowboy.
The Adventures of Red Ryder. Red Ryder is accustomed to beating the sun out of bed, but getting up time comes mighty early in the morning for most of us. So here's a tip on how to get yourself out of bed in a hurry. Just have hot, buttered, golden toasted Langendorf bread for breakfast. Yes, sir. When you smell the wonderful aroma of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread toasted, you'll come a-running, as Red Ryder would say. And don't forget that every slice of Langendorf bread helps provide extra energy for the day's work, because Langendorf bread is made with dextrose, the world's greatest quick energy food. In addition, Langendorf bread contains vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins, and minerals to help supply essential food energy so helpful in maintaining health and vigor. So, for goodness sake and for energy's sake, always serve Langendorf, the bread baking experts judged America's finest. Get a loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread tomorrow. On Paradise Plateau, a fight looms between the settlers who came to build their homes and the water company that now seeks to force them off their land. The young rancher, Jim Eddy, who was shot during the fracas, still lies in critical condition back at Devil's Hole, though Red Ryder succeeded in saving the ranch for Eddy's wife from Phil Wainwright, president of the water company. Now, though late at night, the news of Red's exploit on behalf of the Eddys spreads like wildfire through the countryside.
Open up. Hey, it's me, Frank Williams.
Hey, what's the idea, Frank? Waking folks up this time of the night.
Hey, listen, did you folks get an order from Phil Wainwright to vacate your land tomorrow?
I sure did. Was going to see about it in the morning. As soon as I
get on your clothes, on your horse, and over to my house. There's a meeting on.
Making trouble?
Didn't Red Ryder save the Eddys from losing their land? He's still on Paradise Plateau. We're organizing a committee. Going to put our case before him.
Tell him just what Phil Wainwright's doing.
All right. Just wait till I get this night shirt changed. Hey, you need any help playing Paul Revere?
Sure do. I'll take the west half of the plateau. You take the other. Rustle out everybody, even those that ain't had no evacuation order yet. Have 'em meet at my place soon as they can get there. And make sure that Wainwright don't hear about the meeting just yet either. And get going. We gotta work fast.
Wainwright, hey!
Well, Baldy, people usually knock at my
Am
order.
I glad you ain't in bed? Now, listen.
Look, I told you to go to bed early. We got to start seeing every settler on the books of this water company early tomorrow morning.
I don't care what you told me.
Huh?
I'll tell you something for a change. You laughed at me when I said we headed for trouble to let that Jim Eddie get shot. Well, we are. Miley just brought me word the settlers is holding a meeting over to Frank Williams's.
Huh? I thought Red Ryder left the plateau.
Well, maybe he has and maybe he ain't. There's still a meeting.
Good. Just what I've been hoping for.
What you been hoping for?
You bet. We're legally in the clear. The water company has every right to lay down assessments on this land. And if the people can't pay, it's their fault. Just let them start trouble. And we got 2 aces. Put them off their land or shut their water off. Now take your horse down to Wasteland Gulch and tell the sheriff I need him.
The sheriff?
Go on. Don't ask questions. Get.
Well, Mrs. Eddie, ma'am, guess you're all properly settled back on your own place by now.
Oh, Mr. Ryder, I honestly don't know how I'll ever thank you for all you did. I just know that when Jim gets on his feet again, he'll...
I know how your husband will feel, Mrs. Eddie, ma'am. I was going to say, now that you're settled, little Beaver and I'd better get started.
Started at this hour of the night?
Yes? You ready, little Beaver?
Where we going, Red Ryder?
Well, for one thing, we might have a few errands to do at Painted Valley Ranch.
You betcha.
But can't you start in the morning? You must be just about all tuckered out with what happened today.
Red Ryder, him always fresh, like wind.
And you, little Beaver, you're not tired? Why, you're just a child.
Me not child.
Fact is, Mrs. Eddie, ma'am, he's got more lasting power than a lot of grown men. They named him about right when they called him Little Beaver. Of course, it might be better if he stayed behind and caught up on his sleep.
No. Me go, me already gone.
You might get the horses ready. Now, just one thing bothers me, ma'am. You're being here alone while your husband's laid up.
I have Jim's guns. If anybody looks for trouble, he'll find it.
Well, just the same, I'd feel better if you'd stay with friends tonight. Anybody around you know well enough?
Well, there's the Williams family, 3-4 miles over on the other side of the plateau.
Then just pack what you need. We'll take you on over there and then be on our way.
I wish you'd tell me what's on your mind, Red Ryder. You decided to ride tonight awful sudden.
All right, folks. And we've decided one of us goes over to talk to Red Ryder before he pulls out of Paradise Plateau. Now, my idea is... see who that is, Luke.
Open in the name of the law.
Oh, it's the sheriff. And I'll stay where you are, everybody. Ain't no law in this county against peaceful assembly. What are we? Scared as our cattle for a storm? Luke, you take the bar off on that door and see what the sheriff wants.
All right.
Hello, Sheriff. I thought I'd see you here, Williams.
And Wainwright, too, folks.
What's going on? Quilton Bee, maybe?
More likely a church supper, Sheriff.
Caught it, Wainwright. You tell us what you're doing here.
Oh, so you want to ask a question? All right, I'll answer. You all come here a year ago because you thought you could get cheap homes, eh? At $5 an acre. And you did. But now we need more money. And if you'll just look at the contracts you signed, they say we've got the right to assess every acre you got for additional money if we have to have it. Well, we gotta have it.
But Wainwright, telling us now we've all got to pay $22.50 more per acre to keep our homes. We're poor folk. We ain't got money like that. We just got our houses built, our barns, our fences. We're broke. That ain't right, and you know it. And don't bring the sheriff in here to tell us different.
The sheriff represents law and order.
Yeah, we got rights under the law. I'm the law in this county, Frank Williams. And I say that if everybody ain't out here by the time I count 10...
The sheriff counts none too slow.
1, 2, 3...
Hey, now keep your seats, everyone. Stay where you are. Just hold it.
Hey, look who's here.
Red Ryder.
Well, looks like a pretty complete meeting, including the sheriff. You know, I've been watching you, Mr. Sheriff, and you've been acting mighty suspicious yourself.
Ryder, huh? If you know what's good for you, you'll make tracks out of this here section of the world.
That's so, Wainwright? Guess you don't know me very well. But then we only met for the first time a few hours ago. Well, Mrs. Eddie, ma'am, Little Beaver, come on in and shut the door. The breeze makes that lamp flicker.
Oh, what in the world?
Now, never mind. Just some folks visiting. Now, what's going on?
Red, we're in the same fix the Eddies were. We're all asked to pay assessments we can't pay. So we got to get off by morning.
By morning?
That's right. They don't give us no time at all.
We're just going to draw up a resolution asking for your help when them 2 polecats busted in.
Who calls me a polecat?
All right then, Sheriff. Skunk, if that fits better.
Now, listen, folks. Let's not call names. Get him, Sheriff. Red Ryder, I never seen a man so careless of his health as you.
You missed me, Mr. Sheriff. All right, hold it, everybody.
I wouldn't make another move with that gun, Sheriff. I can see in that moonlight from the window. Williams, get another lamp.
Red Ryder. Red Ryder.
Why, you
Little Beaver, where are you? What's the matter?
All right, Ryder. I got your little engine pal with a gun at his head. And I'll blow him to kingdom come if every man in here don't freeze in his tracks.
You win, Wainwright. What do I do now?
Walk over towards that window, towards the beam of moonlight.
No.
All right, let him alone. I'll walk to the window.
And no tricks.
Well, now what?
Drop your gun. Take over, Sheriff.
All right, Red Ryder. You're my prisoner. One move and I drill you.
And as for the rest of you, go on home where you belong. You see how far you got with your idea of asking Red Ryder to help you in this? Take your prisoner away, Sheriff. Well, Mr. Ryder, make yourself right to home.
Aren't you even going to untie my wrist?
What do you think?
But you got me lassoed up here like a wild boar.
Better to keep you in. You know, Sheriff, I still think we should have brought that Injun kid along.
What for? I don't want to be bothered with no kids when I got a rat like Ryder on my hands.
No use casting your eyes around the cell, Ryder, because even a magician couldn't get out of here.
For once, Wainwright, I believe you.
You'd have done better, Ryder, to believe me when I said this was none of your business. It may not be too late yet to reconsider. Think it over. I'll be back in a little while. Come on, Sheriff.
Don't get too lonesome.
Blast these confounded ropes if I could only... Now, it's no use. Huh? Now I'm beginning to imagine things.
Red Ryder.
Well, I'll be doggone. Little Beaver, how did you get yourself perched way up there on the other side of those window bars?
You got a knife to cut ropes.
Oh, bless you, Little Beaver. Now, let's see now. How'll we manage it? I've got it. Toss the knife through the bars, but be sure it lands on this cot over here so there won't be any noise.
We got a good aim.
Perfect.
But you all tied up. How you cut 'em ropes?
Got an educated set of molars, I have. Once I get that knife handle clenched in my teeth, like this.
Oh, he'd catch 'em.
There. Now to get out of these ropes. There.
Now how you get 'em out of cell?
You got me there, Little Beaver. Of course, if I had my gun now, I might have some chance of shooting my way out the next time Wainwright or the sheriff opens the cell door.
Me go get 'em gun. Yes, Red Ryder?
Fast as you can, Little Beaver. Meantime, I'd better wrap these ropes around me again so I'll look like I'm still tied, in case those hombres come back before you do.
Well, Red Ryder, how do you like our hospitality, huh? You don't have to answer then. But even in the dim light from the passageway, I can make out the look on your face. And I wouldn't say it was exactly carefree.
Quit wasting time, Wainwright. What do you want now?
Look who's talking about wasting time. Ryder, you're going to have more time to waste than a dog has fleas. You see, the sheriff's got you booked on at least a dozen charges. Breaking open my safe.
I didn't break it open. You opened it for me.
At the point of a gun. A mere technicality. But to continue. Assaulting an officer of the law, inciting a mob, forcing me to mark Jim Eddy's contract paid.
Wainwright, you wouldn't dare bring any of those charges into court against me. Why, when I'd tell my story, you'd end up in a marshal's custody.
I'm afraid you'd get a deaf judge, Ryder. That is, deaf to anything you might have to say in your own behalf and contrary to my interests.
I see. Seems like this county needs a little cleaning up. You even got the courts fixed, huh?
I never overlook a trick. Besides, Ryder, you might not live long enough to go to court.
Meaning?
Let's say, well, you might be shot while trying to make a jailbreak.
Oh. You said it might not be too late to reconsider. What's your proposition?
Now we're getting somewhere. Listen, Ryder, I'm a pretty cagey hombre, if you get what I mean. Very few men I'll trust. But I'll try you.
Go on.
Never could understand your sort. Fighting and dying for unprofitable things like honor, integrity, and justice. But I got a hunch that your word once given is strong as any bond.
Well?
Just say that you'll clear right out of Paradise Plateau and never interfere with me again. And I'll let you go scot-free. Well, what's your answer?
This is my answer. Now you know how little Beaver felt when you were choking him. Now I pick up your gun. Now to put you here on the cot. Get into your coat and sombrero.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought I heard some funny noises back there.
Well, no, Sheriff. Not back here. Now to try to walk out of here.
Yeah. Well, what's that ornery cuss say, Wainwright? Hey, where in tarnation you going?
See you later, Sheriff. Got some urgent business I better attend to.
Must be loco.
And some of that business, Mr. Sheriff, is with you.
Return to the adventures of Red Ryder in just a moment. Red Ryder has one thing that we all want, and that's energy. Yes, youngsters and grown-ups alike must have energy to really enjoy life. So remember this. One of the finest, as well as one of the most economical sources of energy, is fresh and tasty Langendorf bread. Yes, every delicious slice of this finer bread may be used by the body for energy, to help build muscle and tissue. But that's not all. For extra energy, fresh and tasty Langendorf bread is made with dextrose, the world's greatest quick energy food. Now, isn't it great that anything so downright good as energizing, flavorful Langendorf bread is so good for you, too? Just wait until you enjoy its wonderful freshness and fine, smooth texture. Your first taste will tell you why baking experts judged Langendorf bread America's finest. So help yourself and your family to needed energy with plenty of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread, white or wheat, at every meal. Get a loaf of America's finest bread, fresh and tasty Langendorf bread, at your grocer's tomorrow. Red Ryder has sought to help the settlers of Paradise Plateau retain the land which is rightfully theirs. Jailed for his efforts, he practiced a clever ruse which won him his freedom again. He's only gone a short distance from the jail when...
Little Beaver, that you with Thunder and the Pinto?
Red Ryder, how you get 'em out? And where you get 'em coat and sombrero?
Never mind that now. They're Wainwrights. But I guess I had better chuck them away, or I'm liable to be mistaken for that skunk. Well, even you recognized me in this getup, didn't you, Thunder? You know, as soon as I heard you, I knew I was among friends. Because I could tell that whinny in a herd of 100 horses. And does it feel good to be on your back again?
Me got 'em gun for you, Red Ryder.
Thanks, little Beaver. Though I already have Wainwright's gun.
We leave 'em Paradise Plateau now. Yes, Red Ryder?
Nope.
Maybe they arrest you again.
Let 'em try. But look, it'll be dawn soon. We've got to work fast.
Frank Williams.
Is that you, Mr. Ryder? Oh, you don't know how frantic we've all been thinking that...
Thank you, ma'am. But Frank Williams, where is he?
They're all holding a meeting over at Wasteland Gulch. And, oh, Mr. Ryder, I'm afraid there's going to be terrible bloodshed.
Wasteland Gulch, you say? Come on, little Beaver. And don't worry, ma'am. I'll fix things.
You always do, Red Ryder. The Lord bless you. You always do.
Right, I don't believe it at all. Please stand by now, without as much as lifting a little finger to help Red Ryder. Then we ain't got as much backbone as a crawfish.
Frank Williams is right.
Yeah, but what will we do?
I'll tell you what we'll do. Every mother's son of us will tote all the firearms he can lay hands on. Then we're going over to that jail and blow the blasted thing off its foundations. We'll get Red Ryder out of there, even if we have to...
What's that? I hear horses.
It's the Sheriff Wainwright. They discovered our meeting place. Maybe you got a posse following them. Come on, make for cover.
No. Stop in your tracks, men. We've done all the running away we're going to. Just get your guns cocked. Yeah, just let them try something.
Hey, look, it's Red Ryder and the little engine boy.
Why, gosh, yes, Red. We were just getting ready to go up and bust you out of the jail. Why'd they let you go?
They didn't. I left of my own accord.
Then that means they'll be coming for you again, huh?
Might be.
And in a little while, at dawn, they'll be coming for us. Coming to put us off our land.
Yes, man, we've got to get a move on. Now, everybody go back to his ranch.
No, we ain't going back. Man, I'm fed up with being hounded by Wainwright and his crooks. Fed up with waiting and whimpering while they crack the whip over us.
You betcha.
I say let's give them a dose of their own medicine. Let's get even with them once and for all. Let's finish Bill Wainwright and the rest of the rascals and bury him in the deepest hole on Paradise Plateau.
Now, listen to me, men.
Quiet down.
Quit acting like a bunch of Stampede mavericks and listen to me.
All right, go ahead.
I know exactly how you feel, and maybe I feel the same way. The man wouldn't be human that didn't want to win over those low-down sneaking coyotes. And I give you my word that you will, but not by breaking the law.
But, Red, what'll we do?
Like I said, now if a man go back to his ranch and sit down on his porch with his gun across his knee, I've got a hunch that they'll think twice before starting anything if they're convinced you all mean business. But if they do start trouble with any one of you, the rest of us will be there to help before the smoke of the first bullet has cleared away.
Let me out of here. Has everybody gone fat? I'm Phil Wainwright. Let me out of here.
Now, listen here, Red Ryder.
Let me out of here, Sheriff.
What do you know? It is you, Wainwright.
Get me out of here. Don't just stand there.
But how'd you get in on, and what happened to Red Ryder?
I exploded the coke, you brainless boob, hit me over the head and walked out, and you left.
Now, see here, Wainwright. If you let Red Ryder hit you over the head, I guess I ain't to be blamed for letting you make...
Stop yapping and let me out of here.
Oh, sure. Give me the key.
What do you mean, give you the key?
Well, you got it. Remember? I gave it to you when you went to talk to Ryder.
Well, Ryder's got it now. Get another key.
My deputy's the only one that's got another key, and I have to send for him.
All right, but hurry, and while you're sending, call together a posse. I'm going to get Red Ryder if it's the last thing I do.
Probably will be the last thing you do. He's a tough one.
Are you going to stand there, or are you going to do something?
Well, it's dawn. No sign of them yet.
You don't think they've...
Here they come now.
Him posse.
Mrs. Eddie, you better join the other women folk now.
But
Now, you promised. Little Beaver, you go along.
Me stay him.
All right. but keep under cover.
Don't take chances, Mr. Ryder.
Yeah, they see you, Red. Wainwright is pointing and talking to the sheriff. Red, there's still time. Get on Thunder and make a break for it. They'll never catch you.
I'm staying.
But it's no skin off your back what happens to us settlers.
I'm staying.
What'd I tell you, Wainwright? It's the same way at every ranch. Those hombres won't be dislodged without a lot of shooting and a lot of killing. And I don't hanker for it.
I don't know what's suddenly come over you, Sheriff. What made you lose your nerve like this?
Same thing would make you lose yours, I reckon. It's a big reason, well over 6 foot. Totes 2 guns and answers to the name of Red Ryder.
Well, I'll show you if I lost my nerve.
Luke Carver.
I hear you, Wainwright.
My patience is getting awful short, Luke. If you don't hustle yourself off my land, they'll carry you off in a pine box.
Maybe. But you'll be a-riding in another pine box, Wainwright.
You're licked, Wainwright. And the sun's getting too blamed hot to stand here and sweat.
Wait a minute. We still got our other ace in the hole. We'll shut their water off. I'll show you whether Phil Wainwright is licked.
Him hot afternoon, me betch'em.
You're right there, little Beaver.
I don't mind it, though, Red. I feel so good the way everything's turned out. Guess it take a heck of a lot to spoil my happy disposition right now. We sure enough stopped Wainwright.
Wouldn't bet on that yet, Frank.
But we ain't seen hide nor hair of him since this morning. He was going to do something.
Those cattle can't be acting that way just on account of the heat.
Huh? Oh, yeah, come to think of it. They're making quite a racket. And then it's pretty hot.
Let's go and see anyway.
Red Ryder, look 'em. Cow fallen down.
Little Beaver's right. Something's wrong. Come on. Here's the answer. The water ditches are dry. Wainwright has shut off the water.
We're finished, Red. Cattle died by the dozens during the night. With another hot day here, they'll all be lost before another evening.
Our grazing land and crops will be ruined. That devil Wainwright, he's fixed us proper. We're as helpless as...
Maybe we're not so helpless. I didn't think any man was ornery enough to go through with it. But I'm convinced now, so I won't hold off any longer.
But what can you do, Red?
Open that sluice gate myself.
But they're a-guarding them.
You'll be riddled with bullets. You haven't got a chance.
Just the same, I'm going to try. Guess they didn't figure on anyone swimming across the impounded lake and climbing on the dam from the rear. There. Now to get to that lever.
It's Red Ryder! It's Red Ryder! Get him, men! Get him!
How to jam this lever so it can't be fixed right away.
We got you, Red Ryder! You're trapped like a rat! Shoot him down, man!
You'll have to jump in after me, Wainwright, if you want to get me.
He dived into the torrent. Well, let him die that way if he wants to. He'll never live through it. We've seen the last of Red Ryder alive.
He was the bravest, finest man I ever knew.
And we haven't even been able to find his body to give him a decent burial.
That poor Injun kid's half crazed. Won't give up hope. Look at him over there.
Me find him, Red Ryder. Me find him.
Is he still alive?
You bet I am. Just give me a chance to catch my breath.
Red Ryder comes to you each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night at 7:30 over these same stations. Tune in Saturday and hear the next exciting adventures of Red Ryder and Little Beaver, because once more Red Ryder has escaped miraculously from death. But his mission at Paradise Plateau is by no means ended yet. What new dangers await him? And how will he finally drive the villainous Wainwright from Paradise Plateau and permanently safeguard the rights of the settlers? Listen for the next exciting episode of Red Ryder. Red Ryder is presented for your enjoyment by Langendorf, bakers of the bread judged America's finest. Get a loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer's tomorrow. In these critical days, it is more important than ever to maintain our faith in our country and in ourselves. Those of us still performing our accustomed duties can help build national morale in many ways. By not talking about military and naval activities, by doing our bit with Red Cross, Civilian Defense, USO, and other national defense organizations, by investing in defense bonds and stamps, and by keeping ourselves physically and mentally fit. Langendorf bread, rich in food values, proteins, vitamins, and dextrose for extra energy, will help keep your energy and vitality at the peak. So keep physically fit and do your bit. This program came to you from Hollywood. This is the Blue Network. From out of the West comes Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy.
Caught that pony, little Beaver. There's been a shooting over at Paradise Plateau, and we've got to see that justice is done.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Get along. Get him up. Get!
Come on, Thunder. Ride 'em, cowboy.
The Adventures of Red Ryder. In just a minute, we'll join Red Ryder in another thrilling adventure of the plains. But first, Red Ryder says that if you've ever missed a few meals, you know how downright delicious food can taste. Well, that's how good a creamy, rich slice of Langendorf bread tastes, even when you think you haven't much of an appetite. Yes, sir. Langendorf bread is so wonderfully fresh, so smooth and tasty, that baking experts judged it America's finest. It adds zest to every meal, and zest to living, too, because Langendorf bread helps give you pep and energy. It contains dextrose, the world's greatest quick energy food, plus essential vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins, and minerals. So for downright good eating that helps you to extra energy, for superb golden brown toast, for appetite-tempting sandwiches, get a loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer's tomorrow. Paradise Plateau has been anything but heavenly for Red Ryder and the settlers whose land he's trying to save from Phil Wainwright, unscrupulous president of the water company. Wainwright has stopped at nothing, even going so far as to shut off the water supply. Red contrived to get onto the dam and reopen the sluice gate, but then found himself trapped and could only escape by plunging into the unleashed torrent. Wainwright thinks that he has been drowned, but Red's friends have found him clinging to the bank, weak and exhausted.
You're plumb tuckered out, Red. Sure you can manage the stick and thunder saddle?
Oh, I'm much better now, Williams.
But, Mr. Ryder, if you would have rest just a short while longer...
Stay him here. Bad men find him.
Little Beaver's right. Don't hanker much to have Wainwright find me now the way I'm feeling. Say, turned mighty cold all of a sudden, didn't it?
Cold?
Son, him bathe.
Shucks, yes, Red. The sun's really sizzling. You must be sick.
Well, you've got the chills. A fever must be coming on.
Nothing to be worrying about, though. I'll be all right as soon
We'd better
as...
not take any chances. Let's hit it out from my ranch
No,
house.
take Mr. Ryder to my place. We'll be able to hide him better there.
All right, but let's get going. Red's beginning to shake like a willow in a windstorm.
Well, Sheriff, it worked out right slick, didn't it?
Yeah, Wainwright. But you know, as much as I hated that hombre, spoils my appetite just to think of a death like that. The onrushing water swallowed Red Ryder up like it would an apple and shot him out through the sluice gates.
Yeah, but an apple bobs back up to the surface, and Red Ryder didn't. Nah, we've seen the last of that sidewinder. And I'm here to tell you I was never happier about anything in all my born years. Ace Hanlon will say I done a good job. Here, I'll pour us a toast.
You name it, Wainwright.
With pleasure. To us, and success getting those settlers out of Paradise Plateau.
Here's how.
Yeah.
Right, good stuff you got there, Wainwright.
The best is not too good for Bill Wainwright, and now that all of Paradise Plateau is as good as ours, but there'll be plenty of time to celebrate later. Sheriff, I can't wait to start dispossessing those ranches. Let's get at it.
Oh, it'll be as easy as stealing eggs out of birds' nests now.
Hey, wait.
What's that?
Wasn't expecting any callers. Come in.
I beg your pardon.
Don't beg our pardon, ma'am. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be interrupted by as pretty a woman as you. Welcome to Paradise Plateau.
Thank you. My name's Jane Bruce, and
Glad to make your acquaintance, Miss Bruce. I'm the sheriff here.
Wainwright's my name, Miss Bruce. Phil Wainwright. Here. Just let me dust off this chair.
Oh, but you shouldn't bother. You see, I
No
only...
bother at all, Miss Bruce. Sit down.
Well, thank you. It's very sweet of you to put yourself out like
Might
this.
I be as bold as to ask where you're from, Miss Bruce?
Oh, I'm the school teacher at Painted Valley.
Painted Valley?
Hey, Wainwright. Ain't that where he's from?
Yeah. So, you're a school teacher, eh? Well, I've been figuring some on starting a school here at Paradise Plateau.
Here, nothing like educating the young'uns, I always say.
I'm sure you got the proper qualifications for the job, Miss Bruce. And since it's in my
But
power...
I don't want a job teaching school at Paradise Plateau.
You don't?
And why are you here?
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell you. I'm hoping to find out about Red Ryder.
Huh? What about Red Ryder?
Well, he and Little Beaver, that's the little Indian boy.
I know him.
Oh, then they did come here to Paradise Plateau?
Well, I don't know.
Why do you ask, ma'am?
Well, we'd heard that Red Ryder and Little Beaver came here. They're always disappearing like that, so the Dutchess, she's Red Ryder's aunt, didn't worry about it particularly. But when several days passed and... Well, the Dutchess decided I better come and find out what happened.
But you're only doing this on her account.
You don't care none what happens to him now, do you?
Oh, but I do. That is... But why are you looking at me like that? Red Ryder did come to Paradise Plateau, didn't he?
Now, young lady...
Tell me the truth. What happened?
Well, now, I'm downright surprised that this pretty woman like you should ever bother her head about a maverick like Red Ryder.
Tell me the truth.
Hey, you got it bad, ain't you?
I hardly see it's any business of yours.
I'll tell you something that's your business. Something that'll make you plumb change your mind about this cowboy. He's been flirting with another woman.
You're not telling me the truth.
Ask anybody here at Paradise Plateau about him and this young Mrs. Eddy, whose husband happened to have an accident.
Yeah, Red Ryder's mighty sweet on her. But it ain't no sense in a young woman like you pining her heart away for a mangy goose.
Don't you dare say another word against him. Red Ryder's the finest, squarest...
Low down crook, that's what he is.
You're lying, and I won't listen. I'm going to find Red Ryder, and he'll be mighty interested to hear what you've just said.
I don't think Red Ryder will care much, ma'am. You see, he's dead.
Dead?
Yeah.
He's dead in a rat, ma'am. We saw him drown.
If he did, you did it to him, didn't you? I can tell by the look on your face.
Now, see here,
You did it. You killed him. Where is he? I'll scratch your eyes
Get
out.
her away from me, Sheriff. She'll tear me to ribbons. Get this wildcat away from me.
is he?
Worse. Much worse.
We never see a Red Ryder sick like this.
Here, let me feel his forehead. He's burning up.
You, Williams?
Yes, Red. Me and Luke have been scouting around. Never saw so many sad people in my life as them settlers. But we can't tell them that you're alive for fear they'll get back to Wainwright.
Yeah. Mustn't take that chance.
I don't think we should let him talk anymore, Mr. Williams. Maybe later
Just
on.
one more thing. Some young woman, awful good looker, organized a bunch of folks to search for your body. Keeps crying and saying as how Red Ryder should at least get a decent burial.
Who is she?
Heard tell that she's from Painted Valley. They say Wainwright's face is a sight after she got through clawing him. It seems they had quite a...
What's her name?
Let me see now. Jeanette, Jean, no. It starts with J, something.
Not Jane Bruce.
That's it, Jane Bruce. I recollect now that's
Little
what it was.
Beaver.
Me here, Red Ryder.
Go tell Jane. Bring her here quick.
You betcha.
But be gosh darn careful nobody finds out what it's all about. Because if they do, we'll be in more trouble.
And I was so worried, Mr. Williams, and I thought, oh, Red, to find you still alive. You don't know how I... Oh, but somehow I couldn't quite make myself believe that you were... You will get well again, won't you?
Of course he will, ma'am.
Good to see you, Jane. Now that you know, you'd better go back to Painted Valley.
Go back? No, Red, I wouldn't think of it. I'm going to stay here and nurse you until you're well enough to go back with me.
I declare, Wainwright, you look like a spavined horse with all that court plaster on you. And trying to smoke that cigar.
Bless your hide, Sheriff. It ain't funny. If you hadn't just stood there like a wooden Indian while that she-tiger was mauling me.
Hey, Wainwright, Sheriff. Now listen.
You listen, Baldy. How many times do I have to tell you never to come busting in my office like a tornado?
Well, you'll go busting out here like a tornado, Wainwright, if you hear what I heard.
What's up?
Red Ryder, he's still alive.
You're crazy.
We ourselves seen him drown.
That's what you guys think.
You're just saying that, Baldy. Ryder couldn't be alive. You trying to tell us different.
Come in, will you?
You're going plumb loco, Wainwright. Let go of him. Let go of him.
All right. But talk quick, Baldy. And if what you say don't pan out to be the gospel truth,
Well, I was down watching them search for Ryder's body, and when the Indian kid come up and called that gal aside, you know, the one from Painted Valley.
Wainwright won't soon forget her.
Go on. Call her aside, and then what?
Well, something he whispered just about Florida, and off she scurries with him in the direction of the Eddie place.
Yeah?
Well, I figured maybe they'd found Ryder's body, so I sneaked off after him to take a look-see. Well, the windows was all covered, but I got a peek inside, and Red Ryder's there. I saw him, and I heard him. He appears to be a gosh awful sick man, but he's alive.
Well, of all the dad-ratted luck.
Oh. He's real sick, huh?
I know what you're thinking, Wainwright. If he's so sick, we can walk right in on him and finish the job. He'll be as helpless as a newborn babe.
Be just like him to get the drop on us, even if he's half dead. No. I got a better idea. A much better idea.
Red doing any better?
He's past the crisis. He'll win through. I know he will. Red Ryder's a fighter.
Sure he is, sure. He'll lick that fever.
Look at him. Weak as he is, he can't lie still.
He's trying to talk.
Got to open that gate. Start the water. Save cattle. Got to.
Even in his delirium, all he can think about's other people and their troubles.
Jane.
Yes, Red.
He's opening his eyes.
Howdy.
Oh, Mr. Ryder, you do feel better, don't you?
Why, yes, I think so.
Reckon he passed the crisis all right. Now, if nothing happens...
Oh, Red.
Now, there, Jane. Didn't think I'd let a little thing like a fever get me, did you? Shucks, I'd be ashamed to go to heaven if I gave in as easy as that.
Now, you mustn't talk. You'll need every ounce of strength.
Fire!
Was that little Beaver shouting?
Well, I couldn't tell. But you hear that funny noise?
Fire!
Oh, look, the house is all aflames.
Burning like tinder.
The field's burning, too.
run for it before it's too
Oh,
late.
but Red, what about you?
Forget about me. Save yourself.
Oh, the door's blocked now. Our only chance is through the window. Open it, little Beaver.
Me get in front of. Stop.
Wait. I'll break it open. Come on, out the window. Hey, the flames are coming in this way, too. Hurry, before we're trapped.
I've got to save Red.
Oh, no, forget about me.
I can get Red to the window. The rest of you be ready to help me get him through.
Save yourselves. Hurry.
Careful. None of them fallen branches hit any of you fire.
Just a few more steps.
We made it. Oh, we're safe.
Look out! The whole place is crashing in.
And though he's been burned out of the Eddie place, Red Ryder's not only safe but feeling better. I actually seen him taking food.
Run more lives than a family of cats, said hombre.
You say he's at the Williams place now? They got it guarded, anybody?
Well, when I left, they was posting sentries.
I guess it's just no use, Wainwright. Better give up.
No, I won't give up. I'll find some way. I got it.
Got what?
The perfect way. Yeah, what a fool I've been.
Well, what do you mean by that?
We're in our legal rights in dispossessing those settlers. I'm through trying to handle Ryder myself when the law will do it for me.
The law will do nothing. I'm sheriff. Ain't I tried?
Ah, you. You'll mind the United States Marshal, I reckon.
Hey.
Baldy, you're riding to Union City to fetch Marshal Wiggins. You'll not only clear the settlers off the land, but throw Red Ryder into prison.
We return to the adventures of Red Ryder in just a moment. What's the thing that both youngsters and grown-ups must have to be leaders? That's right, energy. And these days you need more energy than ever. So how can you get extra energy food to help keep you full of pep? Just eat plenty of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread with every meal. You see, delicious Langendorf bread contains a special ingredient to give you extra energy for work and play. It's made with dextrose, the world's greatest quick energy food. And in addition, it supplies carbohydrates, vitamins, proteins, and minerals used by the body for energy to build muscle and tissue. Langendorf bread is just as delicious as it is healthful. Its superb flavor and wonderful freshness cause baking experts to judge it America's finest. So, boys and girls and mothers and dads, help yourselves to extra energy this extra good way. Enjoy fresh and tasty Langendorf bread toasted, plain with butter or jelly, in appetizing sandwiches. For goodness sake and for energy's sake, get a loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer's tomorrow. Several days have passed since the fire at the Eddy Ranch. It is mid-afternoon now as we see a rider galloping up to the home of Frank Williams.
Oh, Thunder. I know. You're hankering for some more exercise after all the time you've been tied up. But I can't oblige you right now.
Don't forget, you've barely gotten up from your sick bed, and if you overdo it...
Yes, Mr. Ryder, you've got to be careful.
Oh, shucks, nothing wrong with me anymore. I'm as fit as ever again.
By cracky Red, I believe you. Never in my whole life heard of anyone recovering so fast.
Jane, you wanted to know where I'd been. Went over to look at the fire ruins.
I'm afraid Jim will have another setback when he learned that our place was burned down.
Now, don't you fret, Mrs. Eddy. Us settlers have been talking it over, and we're all going to pitch in and build you a new house, finer even than the one you had.
Oh, you've all been so kind, so wonderfully kind.
That's what neighbors are for, ma'am.
But, Red, you haven't told us yet. Were you able to find out how the fire got started?
Well, I say, look at little Beaver come riding lickety-split.
Wonder what's up.
Red Ryder.
Now quit blowing like a steam engine, little Beaver. What's all the commotion about?
Me see him, sheriff and posse. They come here, you betch 'em.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit. I've been waiting for Wainwright's next move. Let 'em come.
tell you, Marshal, the way Red Ryder's been going on a rampage around here, Billy the Kid was a church singer by comparison.
Well, now, Wainwright, I find that mighty hard to believe. Mighty hard. You see, I've met up with Red Ryder before. While it was through him, we got Ace Hanland behind bars.
It was.
By the way, wasn't Ace Hanland quite a crony of yours, Wainwright?
Well, Marshal, it's this way. You see, wait a minute. I'll be right with you. Gotta ask the sheriff something. Hey, Sheriff.
Well, it was your idea. Then Marshal here, Wainwright.
Listen, he acts like I was a renegade instead of Red Ryder.
Queer, ain't it, how some folks always get certain hunches?
Shut up and listen to me. Marshal Wiggins wants to see for you, believe. So we'll show him.
Yeah? Show him what?
Well, when we get to the Williams place, the rest of us will hang back while you ride up and do the talking.
Yeah? What'll I talk about?
You'll order Williams off the land.
You know he won't go.
Sure, I know, you blockhead. Red Ryder will start interfering, and then you get Ryder to pull a gun on you.
But, say, you ain't hearing any buzzing sounds in your head lately, have you, Wainwright?
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I know what I'm not doing. And that's to rile up Red Ryder so that
he has to do is pull a gun. I didn't say he had to shoot.
Pulling the gun and shooting it is one motion with that hombre. I ain't taking no chances.
You'll do what I say, or I'll tell the marshal enough on you so that he takes you back with him to prison.
Why, you wouldn't dare. All that I have done has been alongside you or with your orders. You'd be hooked same as me.
I'm a careful man, Sheriff, when it comes to incriminating myself. Afraid you'd have quite a time trying to make your story stick. Well,
all right, I'll do it.
Look, Red, the others have stopped. The sheriff's riding up by himself.
Well, what can that mean?
We'll soon find out. Jane, you, Mrs. Eddie, and Little Beaver go back into the house.
Me stay 'em.
You do and me spank 'em. Now, things might start popping around here, so get.
Me sit 'em.
Come on, Little Beaver.
Let me do the talking, Williams.
Oh! Whoa there. Oh. Frank Williams, by the authority vested in me as sheriff, I order you to surrender this land to the Paradise Plateau Mutual Water Company.
That all you've got to say, Sheriff?
I'm not talking to you, Red Ryder. I'm talking to Williams.
Well, I'm talking for Williams. And the answer is no savvy.
Now, see here. If you know what's good for you...
No, you don't.
Are you right? Marshal Wiggins, out!
Marshal Wiggins. So that's it.
Yes, Red. Here comes the marshal.
Oh, there. Oh. I hate to do this, Red Ryder, but you're under arrest.
But, Marshal, I only shot at him because he started to draw his gun.
I did not. I was only fixing to get me some makings for a cigarette.
It's my duty, Red. You better come quietly.
All right, Marshal. I'll come.
Get in there, Ryder. Just try to fly the coop this time.
No call for you to act up, Wainwright. I'm in charge. The trial will be in the morning, Red. You better get yourself a lawyer.
There's none here, Marshal. Besides, what good would it do with Wainwright stacking the cards against me?
It's facts that I'll stack against you, Ryder. Facts, not cards. You'd go to prison even if you had all the lawyers in America to defend you. You know why? Because the law's all on my side.
Marshal, do you mind getting that coyote out of here?
Come along, Wainwright.
Sure, I'll come. But first, here's a little reading matter for you, Ryder.
Huh? Oh. One of those tricky contracts that you use to cheat the settlers.
Careful. Or I'll have you for slander along with everything else. That's an ironclad contract. And the settlers wouldn't have dared disobey it if it wasn't for you. I'm giving you that contract paper, Ryder, for a souvenir. And when the judge raps for order in court tomorrow morning, it'll be the beginning of the end for you.
Courtroom is sure packed.
Oh, Mr. Williams, do you think Red has a chance?
Don't you worry, Miss Bruce. The settlers all know if Red is finished, so are they. Maybe something will happen.
Shooting happened. You bet some.
Order in the court.
Judge, before you start my trial, there's something that I'd like to say to my friends here.
Red Ryder, this is a court of law, not a town meeting. You'll have talking to plenty to do without making speeches now.
Just a minute, Your Honor.
Hey, Judge, this is an ugly crowd. You better let Red Ryder talk to him.
Hey, whatever you say, Marshal. Maybe the court could spare you a minute or two, Mr. Ryder. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge.
Order.
Now, folks, I know how you all feel, and I got a pretty good hunch what you're aiming to do. But even though it may mean the difference between me being stuck away in prison and breathing the air of the great open spaces, I'm asking you not to take the law into your own hands.
They'll kick us off our land.
No, they won't. They won't kick you off your land. And if you'll just quiet down, I'll tell you why.
What the devil's he got up his sleeve now?
Quiet, Wainwright. Now, folks, Phil Wainwright was obliging enough to give me a copy of that contract that you all signed. And having nothing better to do in jail, I read it over carefully. Every word of it.
What kind of bluff you trying to pull, Ryder? I don't care if you read it over 1,000,000 times.
Wainwright, the only reason you say that is because maybe you never read the contract clear through yourself. Or else you've got even less memory than backbone.
Judge! What kind of court is this, allowing a skunk like Red Ryder?
What they do call me, Wainwright?
Order! Court can't be responsible for what might happen to you, Wainwright, if you don't watch your language. Go on, Mr. Ryder.
Well, I just want to ask Wainwright one question. Did you or didn't you shut the sluice gate and cut off the water supply?
Sure I did. What up?
Hear that, everybody? He admits it in open court. He admits that he turned off the water. Now, let me read you this paragraph in the contract. The Paradise Plateau Mutual Water Company guarantees to furnish an adequate, continuous, and steady supply of water. And should the supply of water be cut off, ownership of the water system shall be transferred outright to the settlers of Paradise Plateau and operated by them in such manner as they shall see fit. Wainwright, you broke your own contract.
The printer made a mistake and copied the wrong contract form. He wasn't supposed to put that in.
But he did. And now you're held to it, Wainwright.
Order! Stop yelling or I'll hold you all for contempt of court.
Oh, Red, it's wonderful.
Wainwright's going to bust a blood vessel if he ain't careful.
Slip me your six-shooter, Williams. They took my guns, and I may need one.
Well, order now. Well, now that we can hear ourselves think once more.
Please, Judge. I'm not finished yet. Got a word to say about the burning of the Eddy place.
This is all highly irregular, Mr. Ryder.
But highly interesting, Judge. Go on, Red.
I want you all to take a look at this cigar.
What's a cigar got to do with it?
Only one codger around here smokes this particular brand of cigar, and he has to send clear back to Virginia for it. Phil Wainwright.
What you driving at, Red?
The reason the Eddy place burns so fiercely is because somebody sprinkled coal oil around. And the somebody who sprinkled the coal oil and struck a match to it is the same hombre who dropped this cigar and making his getaway. Name of Wainwright.
I'll shoot the first man that makes a move. Stand in your tracks if you don't want these guns to blaze. If you try to follow me...
There. That'll put you out of commission for a bit, Wainwright. And now, Marshal, quick. We've got to get Wainwright's Confederates, Voldy and the sheriff, before they can get away. Well, Marshal Wiggins, now that we've got all three hombres behind bars, I'm ready to go back to court again and stand trial.
Trial? Nothing. Why, you deserve a monument for what you've done for these settlers here. I'm proud to shake your hand, Red Ryder.
Thanks, Marshal. Well, I reckon that means my job's finished here at Paradise Plateau. So I'll be riding. All right, Thunder.
Come on, Thunder! With the adventure of Paradise Plateau ended, Red Ryder is free to return to the Painted Valley Ranch of his aunt, the Dutchess, for a well-deserved rest. But he's not destined to be idle long, for already fate has begun to spin another web of intrigue on the range. Already trouble is brewing in Millersville, and when we join him, Red will again be riding the trail. Listen for the next exciting episode of Red Ryder.
Ryder is presented for your enjoyment each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7:30 by Langendorf, bakers of the bread judged America's finest. Get a loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer's tomorrow. America's will to win depends upon the physical and mental fitness of all of us. Good health helps build the high morale so necessary in these days of strain. So keep physically fit and do your bit. Invest in freedom and build up real savings for the future by buying defense bonds and stamps. Help national defense activities by volunteering for Red Cross, civilian defense, USO, and other important work. Langendorf bread, rich in bodybuilding carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, and dextrose for extra energy, will help you maintain the physical and mental fitness which builds courage and optimism so needed during these trying days. This program came to you from Hollywood. This is the Blue Network. From out of the West comes Red Ryder, America's famous fighting cowboy.
Broad bed for me, little Beaver. Ride fast and keep low. There's hot lead whistling and Scorpion Gulch tonight.
You betcha, Red Ryder. Get along. Get him up. Get!
Come on, Thunder. Ride on, Cowboy.
The Adventures of Red Ryder. Before we join Red Ryder, here's another adventure. It's really a taste adventure because I'm talking about the first time you taste rich, super fresh Langendorf bread. The bread baking experts judged America's finest. Yes, folks, that's a taste thrill for anyone. Langendorf bread is so wonderfully fresh, so smooth, fine, and appetizing. One bite just naturally leads to another. And that's all right, too, because energizing Langendorf bread is mighty good for you. You see, Langendorf bread is made with dextrose, the world's greatest quick energy food. And it supplies essential vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins, and minerals used by the body for energy to help build muscle and tissue. So the more fresh and tasty Langendorf bread you eat, the more energy you get for work and play. For goodness sake and for energy's sake, make America's finest bread your daily bread. Get fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer's tomorrow. It is late afternoon in Painted Valley, and Ching Hao is out in back of the ranch house taking in clothes that have been drying on the line. He looks up in alarm as two horses approach at breakneck speed. Slightly in the lead and dodging like a jackrabbit is Little Beaver on his wiry pinto papoose. And close behind him is Red Ryder on Thunder, whirling his lasso and shouting, "Hit him off, Ching Hao! Stop him!"
Look out! Oh, wash tub! Get down, oh, wash the mother! Oh, you kick it over, wash it tub!
Grab Little Beaver, grab him!
No, Red Ryder!
Oh, you knock it down clean sheet. Make it tell them.
Look out, Ching Hao. I'm going to rope Little Beaver. Got him.
Turn him loose, Red Ryder. Let him go.
Oh, terrible. Oh. What make a bad smell? All the same like the skunk polecat.
It's Little Beaver. He shot at a skunk with his bow and arrow.
Skunk shoot at me first.
I'll say he did, and he didn't miss.
Oh, what's the matter, you little beaver? You smell it all the time. It's too bad now. Oh. Go away, long way.
Now, never mind that, Ching. What we've got to do is give him a good bath and bury his clothes.
No bathe them. Ching Hao make him water too hot. Make him soapy nice.
Oh, me washy sock can do, washy shirt can do, washy plants can do, see? But no washy skunk. Ching Hao, go back China. Goodbye.
Hey, Ching, come back here.
Me no skunk 'em.
You only say me skunk now, see? Goodbye.
Get a tub of water, Ching.
No, more better. We take a closey pin, hang little Beaver up on a closey line. Let the wind blow on him for 2 or 3 weeks.
No, more better. We'd put clothespins on our noses and go to work with plenty of strong soap and hot water.
No, please, Red Ryder. No wash 'em too much. Pretty soon come 'em rain. Me smell 'em good. You betch 'em.
I'm sorry, little partner, but... Say, whoever that is coming to see us is in a powerful hurry.
And Mr. Bruce, there's some Jane Papa.
I believe you're right at that. You've got mighty good eyes, little Beaver.
Oh, ni gong wele mobile in Chingy. Oh, looky. Come, horse. More dirt kick on a clean laundry.
Howdy, Mr. Bruce. Something wrong?
Yes, Red. I'm glad I found you. I've got to go back to Millersville in time to catch the midnight stage.
Why, what's the trouble, sir? You look pale as a ghost.
Listen, Ryder, not much time. I've got to get to the state capitol tomorrow morning. I want you to look after Jane. That is, when she comes back.
When she comes back?
Yes.
Where is she? What's happened?
It was this afternoon. I was in my office in Millersville, alone, when the door opened and a man walked in.
You, Bruce?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Plenty. I'm a friend of Ace Hanland's.
Then you're not welcome here. Get out.
Take it easy, Pop, and you'll live longer.
Why, you...
Keep away from that rifle. Shame to spoil your rifle, Pop. Now sit down and be a good little boy, or the next shot will spoil you. I said sit down.
Guess I haven't any choice. All right. What money there is in the safe there.
This ain't no stick-up, Pop. This is just a friendly little visit.
What do you want?
I just been talking to Ace Hanland.
Ace Hanland's in jail?
Yeah, that's where I saw him. Maybe you'll get the idea better if I tell you just what happened. You see, I went into the visitor's room and we were...
You the one to see Hanland?
Yeah, here's my pass.
Okay, sit over there. You got 5 minutes. You can talk to him through that wire grill. Let Hanland in.
Hello, Scarface. I knew I could depend on you. Yeah, you can always depend on me, Ace.
Yeah. We haven't much time. Listen, I'm getting out of this place, and you're getting $10,000 for getting me out.
You got a plan?
Certainly I got a plan. It's surefire and it's foolproof.
Okay, let's have it.
When you leave here, catch the first stage to Devil's Hole.
Yeah.
Go to the Silver Dollar Cafe. That's my joint.
Yeah.
Go to Smoky Link, the bartender. I've written him and he expects you. He'll introduce you to my gang and show you the hideout.
Okay, but what's the plan?
Well, I'm getting to that. There's a school teacher named Jane Bruce, daughter of the guy that had me put in here, and also the guy who's going to get me out.
Yeah, but how?
He's going to the governor and confess.
Confess?
Yeah. Confess that he framed me, that he's the one that committed all the crimes he accused me of. Then he comes in this dirty hole and I go out. That's simple enough, isn't it?
Yeah. Only what's going to make this guy confess?
Didn't I tell you he has a daughter?
I ain't hurting no women.
I don't want her hurt. All you do is wait on the road and meet her on the way home. Tell her that her father's fallen off his horse and hurt himself. She'll go with you all right.
Yeah, I get it. Then I call on this bruised guy and persuade him to confess. Huh?
Exactly. Only remember, no matter what happens, the girl's not to be harmed.
You're as good as free right now, Ace.
All right,
anything
Bill,
else?
time's up.
There's a troublesome cowboy that's a friend of the Bruces. Look out for him.
Any objections to harming him?
Hardly. If you fix him for good, there's an extra $2,000 in it.
Did Henry say your time's up?
All right. I'm going. You don't have to holler at me. I can hear you. So you know now why I'm here, Bruce. And don't try any funny business. I still got you covered.
Where's my daughter?
I wouldn't care to say. But she'll be back home the same day Ace Hanland comes back from the pen.
You dirty, rotten cowards. All of you.
Never mind that. Are you going to tell the governor you framed Ace and get him pardoned, or ain't you?
That's the story, Ryder. I've got to go now. Catch the stage. I just wanted to know that you and the Dutchess would be looking after Jane until I come back.
I'll do more than that, sir.
Now, wait a minute, son. Keep away from Scarface Davis. He's a cold-blooded killer, and he means to get you. I've thought the whole thing out, and my way's the best. Well, I'm riding now for Millersville. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir. Maybe his way is the best, but I got other ideas. Here, Thunder. Here, boy. Oh, Ching Hao, tell the Dutchess I'm eating supper at Devil's Hole tonight.
Wait, Red Ryder. Me going, too.
No, little Beaver, I'm sorry, but I'm riding alone tonight. Come on, Thunder. Stretch out, Thunder. We've got a long way to ride, boy. What's the matter, Thunder? Oh, boy. Stone in your hoof? Oh, so that's it. Yeah, I hear him, too. It's little Beaver and Papoose, all right.
You waiting for me, Red Ryder?
It was Thunder's idea to wait, not mine, little Beaver. Now, I thought I told you to stay at the range.
Red Ryder got him heap trouble. Little Beaver come, too. Help him, Red Ryder.
I'm sorry, little Beaver, but you'll have to go back. You can't come with me tonight.
No want him because smell him like skunk.
No, it's not that, little partner. It's because I don't know where I'm going or how long I'll be gone. I'm riding far, and I've got things to do that, well, anything can happen.
Oh, come, don't come. Me help making happen. Huh, Red Ryder?
Will you promise to obey orders?
You betcha, Red Ryder. Honest Injun.
Then prod up that pinto and get going. Come on, Thunder!
Get him up! Get!
Well, here we are, little Beaver. Devil's Hole.
You betcha. Behind Silver Dollar Cafe.
That's right. And here's where we part company for a while. Now, you wait here with the hoses.
You do 'em, Red Ryder.
Don't tie them. You stay on Papoose and hold Thunder's bridle. I might come out of there in a hurry and want to leave quick. Got it?
You betcha. Hush 'em. Shh. Easy, boy. Hush 'em.
Howdy, Smoky.
Huh? Oh, look here, Red Ryder. What do you want?
2 roast beef sandwiches. And make them right here in front of me so I can see what goes into them.
Oh, sure. Yes, nice and tender, too, my roast beef. Mustard?
No, just salt and pepper.
Ketchup?
No, just salt and pepper.
Coffee?
No. That milk fresh?
Oh, it's this morning's.
Give me some in a quart can.
Oh, you taking your victuals with you?
Yep. Now wrap the sandwiches and put in that box of cookies.
Oh, if anybody'd ask me, I'd say you look like a picnic lunch here for one of the fair sex, maybe, huh?
Nobody's asking you. Here, take it out of this.
There you are. 15 cents change. Yeah, a little drink?
Of what?
This here. Oh, it's good stuff. On the house.
I don't use it.
Well, I heard you didn't, but...
You heard right.
Well, all right, if you feel that way about it, then... You got what you come after, so...
What makes you so sure?
Well, what else you want?
Information.
Yes, such as what?
Such as who the long, dark-complected stranger is. The one with the scar on his face.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You want me to come over behind that counter and refresh your memory?
Now, wait a minute. You wouldn't mean Davis, would you?
Yes. Scarface Davis.
Well, I don't know. I've just seen him in here a couple of times.
Where is he now?
Well, I don't know. How'd I know?
This place is pretty deserted tonight. The rest of the boys have business somewhere else?
How'd I know? Business ain't so good since Ace got sent away. Speaking of business, you ever try minding your own business?
Yes, often. And keep your hand away from that butcher knife, Smoky. I said keep away from that knife. Now get up. Without the knife.
I'm getting up with the knife, Ryder.
Well, you asked for it. And now I'll toss the knife out of the window before you get hurt. It's mighty easy to hurt yourself playing with knives that way. Now get up.
I can't. Let me alone now, will you? I didn't do nothing to you. Let me alone.
Then I'll lift you up. Now listen, Smoky, and listen hard. I'm going to keep picking you up and knocking you down until you tell me what I want to know.
Oh, no, Ryder, don't hit me again. I'll talk. I'll tell you. Now, don't hit me. I can't stand it. I got a weak heart.
You've got weak knees. Now, where's Jane Bruce?
Oh, I don't know. Honest, I don't.
Are you going to talk?
No, don't hit me. I'll tell you. She was Scarface.
Where?
Hey, if I tell you, you won't hit me, will you? I didn't have nothing to do with it, honest.
Tell me the truth and I won't touch her. Now, where is she?
You promise?
I've never broken my word yet. Now, start talking.
Well, she's in a cave with the head of Scorpion Gulch. Davis and Scarface and the rest of the boys took her up there. They didn't hurt her none. And they're going to turn her loose just as soon as...
As Ace Hanland gets out of prison?
Yeah, that's it. Hey, where you going? You can't go up there.
Why not?
Well, the boys got the entrance to the gulch guarded, that's why. You get yourself killed and mess things up for everybody, that's what you'll do. And you keep out of this. They'll send you back in a couple of days.
I'm bringing her back tonight. And you stay here and don't try warning her.
I'm telling you, Ryder, Scarface Davis is a killer. You won't come out of Scorpion Gulch alive.
We'll see about that. It's all right, little Beaver. Here. Stick this food in your saddlebags.
You go now, Red Ryder?
We ride, little Beaver.
We return to the adventures of Red Ryder in just a moment. Boys and girls, I know you all want to be strong and active like little Beaver and Red Ryder. So be sure to eat all of the good, nourishing food your mother prepares for you. And ask your mother to try fresh and tasty Langendorf bread the next time she goes to the store. You see, mothers, extra delicious Langendorf bread is a grand source of extra energy that everyone needs for pep these days. Every tempting slice of this finer bread may be used by the body for energy. Yes, and to help build muscle and tissue. Then, for extra energy, Langendorf bread is made with dextrose, the world's greatest quick energy food. So take the tasty trail to added energy for the whole family. Serve plenty of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread with every meal. Enjoy it plain, toasted, and in sandwiches. It's the bread that baking experts judged America's finest. And with every energizing, fresh and tasty slice, you'll be glad you made America's finest bread your daily bread. For goodness sake, get a delicious loaf of Langendorf bread tomorrow. Things have been happening fast and furious at Painted Valley today. First, little Beaver had a losing argument with a skunk. And before he could be scrubbed clean, John Bruce, Jane's father, arrived on the scene with startling news. Jane was being held prisoner by Ace Hanland's gang. Her release had been promised only if Bruce would falsely claim that he had framed Ace, and that he actually was responsible for the crimes that had put Ace behind bars. As we join them again, Mr. Bruce is on his way to see the governor. Red Ryder and Little Beaver are on their way to Scorpion Gulch, where Jane is held prisoner.
Why we slow him down, Red Ryder?
That's Scorpion Gulch, just ahead. See those two big rocks at the entrance of the gulch?
We see him. Me thinking bad men's hiding behind rocks.
Just what I figured, too, Little Beaver. A perfect place for an ambush. But they won't be expecting us.
Oh, we ambushing them, huh?
No, not exactly. We're going to use an old Indian trick. It's just about dark enough for us to get away with it.
Me no. Horse hide and man trick?
We'll ride low, just hanging on the sides of our horses. In the dark, they'll think it's a couple of wild horses making a break up the gulch. But by the time they find out who we are, we'll be out of range.
When we start?
Now, stick right behind me and keep low. Come on, Thunder.
Hit him up.
Both them horses got saddles on. Someone's right. Hey, that's Red Ryder's horse, the Indian kid. Let them have it.
Come on, Little Beaver.
You come, Red Ryder. Right down, Cowboy. What we do him now, Red Ryder?
Well, we're going to leave Thunder and Papoose here in this ravine and go the rest of the way on foot. We're close to the head of the gulch now.
Then can bad men's try follow up here?
Not in this rough country. They'd be afraid we'd hide behind a rock and ambush them.
Oh, bad man's big coward, huh?
That's right, little Beaver. Wherever you find a bad man or a thief, you're sure to find a coward.
Wait, Red Ryder. Smell him smoke. Campfire.
How you can smell anything is beyond me.
Me used to skunk him smell now.
Well, I'm not. And you still get that bath when we get back to the ranch. Uh-oh. You're right, little partner. There is a campfire up ahead.
3 mans sitting by fire.
Yeah. And that's the cave about 20 yards behind them.
Cave where keeping Missy Bruce?
Must be. I don't see any others.
How we get them close so bad men's not see us?
Well, I've got a plan for that, little Beaver. You see that ledge just above the campfire?
Me see him.
Well, there's some bushes growing along there. But they're not very big.
Me not very big, too.
Well, this is one time that's going to come in mighty handy. Now, you think you can slip up there and get past that campfire without them seeing you?
You betch 'em.
I'll be covering you from here. When you get there, see if you can hear what they're saying. And if this is where they've got Jane, you signal me with your coyote call.
Me do 'em.
Oh, wait a minute. Then get behind that big boulder up there and roll down a small stone. That'll attract their attention long enough for me to get in close to them.
You betch 'em.
And you stay behind that boulder till I call, understand?
Sure. Me going now.
You sure that wasn't shooting we heard a while back, Scarface?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's quiet enough now, ain't it?
Yeah, that's just it. It's too quiet.
Yeah, all them bugs and crickets real close to us has stopped making a noise.
Ah, you country hicks give me a pain. Getting scared just 'cause you can't hear a bug yelp.
You get to noticing things like that out here in the hills.
We might not know much, but we know some things.
Ah, you didn't know enough to spring your boss out of the pen, did you? No. He had to write to Frisco and get somebody down here what had a little nerve.
It ain't that we ain't got no Scarface. It's... Well, you ain't never come up against that Red Ryder yet.
Yeah, I'll say. That guy's poison. He ain't human.
Yeah, he sure won't be human long if he comes messing into my business.
But that gal's a friend of his we got tied up in the cave.
Yeah, and he's got a habit of finding things out. I mean...
Ah, shut up, the both of you. Whining like a couple of babies. I left word for this Red Ryder to stay away. Told her old man to tell him there'd be trouble if he or anybody else tried to butt into my business. And I meant it.
That's why you got that shotgun tied up there in the cave with a string going to the trigger?
That's the idea.
Yeah. But if anybody goes into the cave and hits the string, the gun will shoot the gal, not them.
Yeah. What good's that going to do?
Plenty. It'll teach these yokels around here that when Scarface Davis says lay off, he means it. I told him not to try and get that girl back till Hanland was out of jail. And I meant just that. Hey, listen.
I don't hear nothing.
Up on that ledge there. I saw one of those bushes move. Whoever it is going to get blowed wide open.
Wait. Don't shoot. I smell it.
Here. Suffer and catch, don't shoot. I smell it, too.
Smell what? Have you guys gone crazy?
No, I ain't crazy. It's a skunk.
Sure. Don't you smell it?
Yeah, I smell it now.
Yeah. It's a good thing you didn't shoot it.
Yeah, it would have fallen right down here on our bedrolls.
When it comes to skunks, don't mess with them. Mighty near as powerful dead as they are alive.
Yeah, it must have gone now. The bushes have stopped moving.
Yeah. Hope it don't go into the cave.
Yeah.
What's that?
Ain't nothing but an old coyote.
Hey, what's that?
That ain't nothing but some little old rocks rolled down on the side of the gully.
Hey, get your guns. I'm going up there and investigate.
You go messing around in them bushes and you're going to meet up with that skunk.
Sure, there's nobody up there. Only the skunk digging up bugs. And dislodged some rocks.
You better look this way and keep your hands off those guns.
It's Red Ryder.
Yeah, the famous fighting cowboy, huh?
You'll be Davis, I reckon.
And you'll be a fool, I reckon. You haven't a chance, Ryder. There's 3 of us.
And there's 12 bullets in my 2 guns. 12 goes into 3 4 times in this kind of arithmetic.
Oh, yeah? You ain't talking to one of these local hicks now, Ryder.
I see you edging around behind me, Monk. Stand still
I'm
or...
standing. I'm dropping my guns.
I'm not telling you again, Jeff.
Okay, Ryder. I don't want no trouble.
Come on, Jeff. Drop them.
I'll drop you. Fight!
Try to pick up those guns, Davis, and my next 2 bullets are going to hit your shoulders instead of your guns. Now, Monk, pick up all those guns and throw them into the bushes. Down the hill.
All right.
Pick them up by the barrels. Go on, throw them.
Well, that's as far as I can throw them.
All right, Davis. Where's Miss Bruce?
Well, you'll never see her unless you turn around and get out of here and fast.
A fist usually convinces your kind better than a gun. Now, where is she?
Why, you dirty... Oh.
All right, come on, Davis. Get up. We're just starting.
Get him, Monk.
Oh, you did manage to get behind me, huh?
Oh, come on, Jeff, get in.
Kind of soft, aren't you, Jeff?
Yeah, this rock ain't soft right
Neither
now.
is my fist. Come on, Davis. Get up. Both of your friends are taking a long nap, but you're still awake.
Yeah, it'll take more than you to put me to...
All right, little Beaver. They're all asleep. Come on down. Little Beaver, where are you? Little Beaver, are you there in the cave? Jane? It's dark as a coal mine in here.
Red Ryder, stop me.
I'm coming, little Beaver.
Red Ryder, you hit him string. Make him shoot gun.
A gun trap. Jane, where is she? Jane!
No can't talk. Got him gag tied on face.
Where? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on you, Jane. Here, let me get that thing off you. There. Are you all right?
Oh, yes, I think so.
You're not. You're hurt.
No, I'm not hurt. You just knocked the wind out when you stumbled over me. Little Beaver crawled in and untied my hands and was trying to drag me out.
Sure. Me drag him low on ground so gunshots no hit him.
Here, take my arm, Jane.
All right.
It's rough going in here. You step up here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a boulder. Now, around this side, there.
Oh, I can see the entrance ahead.
Me lead him way. Outside them cave now.
Oh, look at those stars. I don't think I ever really appreciated them before.
Look, Red Ryder. Bad man's get him up. Run away.
I see him, little Beaver. Let him go for now. I'll settle with them later. Can you walk all right, Jane?
Oh, I'm all right. Just a little nervous.
Who wouldn't be in that dark cave and all?
Well, I know it sounds funny, but I wasn't really frightened until the skunk came in the cave.
Skunk?
Yes, just a few seconds before Little Beaver. I couldn't see it, but I didn't have to. And tied there in the dark, knowing that awful animal was coming closer and closer. Well, it wasn't funny. I was still remembering.
That no skunkum. That me.
That's right, Jane. Little Beaver had a fight with a skunk today.
Oh, good gracious.
No more fight him with more skunk. Skunk him too strong medicine.
That's a fine idea, little partner. Well, here we are at the horses. Thunder, you'll have to carry a double load tonight.
Me ride him with you, Red Ryder. Let her ride him pony.
Nope. You ride Papoose.
Why me not ride him with you?
2 reasons. The first one is that when we get out on the main road, I'm taking Miss Jane to the ranch for hot food and some rest. And I want you to ride into Millersville and tell her father he won't have to take that midnight stage. That Jane is safe at Painted Valley with the Dutchess.
Me do 'em. What other reason?
Yes, what's the other reason, Red?
Well, you didn't have a fight with a skunk today. All right, Thunder. Hit that trail. Come on, Thunder!
Again toward Painted Valley goes Red Ryder. But his stay with the Dutchess is not destined to last, for only a day ahead lies another adventure. What will it be? Listen for the next exciting episode of Red Ryder. Red Ryder comes to you each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday over these same stations. Tune in again on Thursday at 7:30. Red Ryder is presented for your enjoyment by Langendorf, bakers of the bread judged America's finest. For goodness sake, get a loaf of fresh and tasty Langendorf bread at your grocer's tomorrow. Health defense is an important part of our national defense program. Physical and mental fitness enables us to do our bit and helps keep morale high. Every one of us can help our fighting forces fight harder by enlisting for civilian defense, Red Cross, USO, and other important activities. We can help equip our Army, Navy, and Air Force and save for our own future needs by investing in defense bonds and stamps. Yes, keep physically